Hi, folks, and welcome back to Disco Elysium.
Hello.
It's time to disco.
Yeah!
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Honestly, that was pretty good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm always here for a Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Always.
Always and forever.
Heart of the cards, heart of the disco.
Heart of the dance? I don't know.
Believe in the heart of the dance. Yeah.
Also, you just said always and forever, which reminded me of the fact that the other day I watched a video that reviewed every single direct-to-video Swan Princess sequel, and that was harrowing.
Wait, how many are
10.
there?
There's 10 of them.
10?
Oh my god.
There's almost as many as there are Land Before Time direct-to-video sequels.
Oh my god.
Makes
All
zero
those for
sense.
Swan
For
Princess.
Swan Princess, I know,
They
right?
can't all be being watched.
No,
right?
well, and also, she can't have turned into a swan during all of them, therefore rendering the name Swan Princess maybe
The
not
second
valid
one she turned
anymore.
into a frog. The
Are
third
they-
one she turned into a leprechaun. The fourth one she turned into a zebra. The
Or
fifth
is it
one
a different? Is it a different Swan Princess every
Oh no,
time?
it's Odette for all 10 of them.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't. Look, nobody said it was
Whoa.
it was a good move that they made, but
Wow.
they made it, and they probably made money. So,
Why?
like, who am I to talk?
I didn't know that the Swan
Yes.
Princess was so popular that it warranted 10 spin-off direct-to-video movies.
Swan Princess feels like one of those properties that's really big, like in another country. You know, Land Before Time feels very, very like, oh, American kids really want Before Time, 38. I feel like in Europe, they really want Swan Princess 44, Like,
Look, you might be right. It also, one of the conclusions of the video I was watching is that I believe that the production company that makes the Swan Princess sequels is Mormon. So I think it's also mainly
Oh.
that audience that
oh,
It's drawn
a
to it.
Mormon audience.
I just want to
Fascinating.
say, Cool's Champion here in the chat is one of the few I think that
We
has
found
seen
them.
Most of them.
Cool's champion, the Swan Princess
Really?
Herald.
Is that really your shit? You really like die for the Swan Princess?
Or you
The
grew up
absolute
seeing
shock.
them.
You just being
know?
like, really? Whoa.
No, I mean,
That's fine.
like, awesome. There's such funny, weird shit that I'm into, but there's just something funny. Like, I never would have guessed someone's thing is like, yep, Swan Princess just really does it for me.
I mean, I grew up seeing all of the direct-to-video Land Before Time videos, and
They're
like
classics.
those are classics and not great, but I do have fond feelings for them because it's what I got to grow up watching,
You
like
all
with my
have
sisters.
dedication that I just simply don't have. I too watched Land Before Time sequels and Swan Princess sequels, but only like the first two or something like that. The idea of like seeing it all the way through 14 or 10 movies is like that's just not me.
Right? Like, after the 9th movie, I'd be like, am I really gonna watch the 10th
no.
movie?
Only I
It's
would
gotta
only
be the same thing, right?
I want to be clear, I'd only do it if it was in like the context of me making a video about the fact that I watched all of the Land Before Time. Like, I'd have to be peer pressured and like artistically pressured into it. That's the only way I do it. It's like the Jurassic World sequels. I'm never gonna watch them unless it's with you, Allison. It's never gonna happen.
It's still on the list.
My brain's being melted right now. Kafaika, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. There are so many more than 2 Kung Fu Pandas. What are you talking about? There's 3, and there's a TV show, and there's a bunch of spin-off shorts. You can really get your fill of Kung Fu Panda. There's a lot more for you to consume.
That and How to Train Your Dragon,
I've
where there's
watched
so
all of
much.
them.
Really?
Yes. I've
All-
watched
all of
all
the
the
TV
Kung Fu
show?
Panda shorts. Yeah, I've watched all of it. I love Kung Fu Panda.
Whoa!
Yeah, I really
Wow.
die for Kung Fu Panda. And I've watched a few of the How to Train Your Dragon shorts. Yeah.
I watched
I've
some of the
seen
TV
some of the How to
show.
Train Your Dragon shorts. I haven't seen the show.
I watched
yet.
a few episodes of it. It wasn't bad. I mean, it has all the same voice actors and so on. I have an incredibly low tolerance of low budget CG animation, and it's not the animator's fault. I just don't have a very good tolerance for it. And it was in that weird time before Dragon Prince, where it was just like, it was rocky.
Which one was this?
The How to Train Your Dragon show.
Oh yeah, the Burke one.
Yeah.
The like Heroes of Burke or something.
Yeah, I know it's good. People really like it, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
It's especially hard when you have your like big budget movie that does have the nice animation, and then the whole time you're comparing it, which like sucks to have to do that because they are definitely different budget projects, but it's hard to not when you're like, but I want him to look hot in this way, not in that way. What was it something I said?
I think you're correct. I'm not arguing with
not
that.
wrong.
Yeah, I think you're not wrong.
You're
at
a
all.
liar if you don't think he's hot. Like,
No, you're not. I mean, he started as a 12-year-old, but then
Yeah,
I
I
guess
was about to
became
say,
an
like,
adult.
Hiccup
then
is
he
just
got
a
hot.
child.
He got hot. No, he got hot. Shut up. Do not make me sound like that. Everyone knows he got hot. It's
No,
like if I'm like Neville Longbottom's hot. You're not like, he's 11.
No, I
he's
know.
not.
I'm
He's
just
hot.
having fun at
Good
your
point, good
expense,
point.
buddy. No, you're right. In the third movie, he's all gristled and still has that squeaky good voice. So yes,
I loved it. What's his name? Jay Baruchel?
Really good
Yeah.
voice actor.
I do love the choice that he gets hot and still sounds like that. But why?
Well,
why
because he's
wouldn't
voiced
he?
by an adult man. Like,
I love it.
oh my god. Does anyone have
This has
any
been
good?
a wild start.
This
to
has.
this stream.
I mean, I've had like a day. I've already caught these two up on it, and I don't need to dive into it. But like, if I'm like a little all over the place, I apologize.
It's
been
justified.
a day.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I did want to check in to see if in the week since we last chatted, anybody has any new recommendations.
Do I have any new? I mean, I haven't watched anything since Midnight Mass, except there's the Great British Bake Off that's going on right now, and it is a very good season. Highly recommend that. Just
I forgot that it was still on. I watched the first like 3 episodes, but I haven't gone back since. I need to.
It's super
it's
charming.
so pleasant. It's so good. It's a great group. I feel like everyone has found their stride this year, and it's just very nice. I'm enjoying it very much.
I really, really liked Giuseppe. I thought he was awesome.
Giuseppe is my favorite. Is absolutely
Yeah.
my favorite.
Giuseppe and Jurgen are my favorites. They kick ass.
Yeah,
They're
they
the
kick
best.
ass. They kick a lot of ass.
Yeah, they're
Um,
so good. My other recommendation, I guess, is Crit Roll Campaign 3. That's the only other thing that I'm starting
It's
to
good.
consistently watch.
It's
good.
very good. They're showing
Yes.
their years and years of experience at storytelling.
They know what they're fucking doing
Yeah,
now.
it's
I
good.
should really watch this one.
We're only 3 episodes in, short, and honestly, I'd watch them with you if you want to rewatch them. It's fun stuff.
Yeah, it's already kicking off real
That's
good.
a good idea. I should do that to finally feel like I'm on that bandwagon.
And you get they just like fall into it like really well. Yeah. So it's only like Gina said, only 3 episodes so far, but join us.
Well, that's the right
Join
time.
us.
If I don't do it right now, I'll never do
That's
it.
sort of what I was
It'll get away
thinking.
from me, and like
And honestly, I think you'd really like the characters in this one. It's a solid group.
cool.
And I'm excited to see more. I'm super pumped by it. My recommendation this week is the Netflix show Made. It's very
Oh
good.
yes.
Oh yeah, you
I've been wanting
texted
to
the
see
whole
that.
family group chat about how
I
much you
did
like that.
because
you don't do that very
I think
often.
mom and dad would like it. Specifically, that was mostly for mom and dad, but I think you'd enjoy it too. It's just a good one. It starts out looking like it's gonna indulge a bit more in despair theater than I was like super into, but then it ends up just being really, really good. Very strong
Fun.
characters. It's based off of a memoir, so it's a little more like grounded. It's good. I liked it.
Bad. And then on top of that, I saw someone just said it in the chat. This is from a few weeks ago, but I hadn't talked about it. I'd love to recommend Inside Job on Netflix. It's Alex Hirsch's new show. It's like him trying his hand at Rick and Morty, basically. So it's a lot more like that sort of like quote unquote adult humor than Gravity Falls, but it's very fun. It's just a silly, dumb, good time. And I really, really enjoyed it.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
I want to Sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to change the way. I just wanted to also double down because I'm almost caught up completely. Succession is so damn good.
I'm trying to
God,
decide
I've been
between
seeing it
that.
off.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's between that and Inside Job next for me.
I would do Inside Job first because it's easy. It's so easy. You can kill it maybe in a day. Like, it's 10 very short, fun episodes. Succession will make your stomach like bleh, like be like, oh my god, these people are horrific. But also you'll be cackling the whole time because you're like, ha ha ha, how bad can they get? Oh, worse? Awesome.
Great.
It becomes like a charming like character trait. Like, oh, he's so horrific. You know what Succession is? It's everyone falling in love with like the bad boy on an anime, but every boy is the bad boy, and every girl is the bad boy. It's just like, oh, it's so like they're so charming and fun, and also like literally the blood on their hands is insane. Like,
Fair enough.
So
No,
I love that show so
look,
much.
I'm really excited to give it a shot. But I haven't yet, so that might be next.
Oh, also, someone did call out too, and I didn't realize this until it was mentioned. It sounds like Inside Job is like Alex Hirsch, and he is in the cast, but he's one
Producer.
of the, I guess, producer, and it was created by, was it Shion Takeuchi?
Yeah, that's it. I don't know the rest of their work. It's very easy to say Alex Hirsch's new thing just because he hasn't like executive produced anything since Gravity
True.
Falls.
No, but
Yeah.
he was King in Owl House.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah.
And he did exactly the Bill voice again. He did exactly the same voice again.
It's a great voice.
It's a great voice. He plays other characters in Owl House too and does a different voice, but it is funny that it's just that voice again.
It's just the same voice.
Owl House is
I'm not familiar with what she's done.
She was a lead writer on Gravity Falls.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so clearly they are just like really, really, really close. And then she developed. It is she, right? Yes.
Yeah,
she.
yeah.
He developed Inside Job, and so he helped produce it. She also wrote for Disenchantment.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen that.
Bunch of stuff for Regular Show.
Okay. God, I miss Regular Show. That show was really good.
I actually watched Regular Show. I think I might have
so
seen
funny.
only one episode ever. I don't know how I missed it. I just missed it. Same with like Gumball. Never saw Gumball.
Never saw Gumball. Watched a lot of Regular Show, which is just Fever Dream the show.
It really is. It's bizarre, but highly entertaining. And the performances are just so, I don't know.
They're so dry and good.
Yeah, they're really dry, and that's what makes it so great. I have to see Owl House though. I've been dying to see that.
It's really
Are you caught up
cute.
with it, Gina?
Yeah. I'm caught. Yes, I'm caught up. It's very cute. It suffers just a teeny bit, and I watched it and Infinity Train at effectively the same time. And one of those was like life-changing for me, and the other one is really just quite charming and a good time. But it's good. It's a very good show.
Cool.
Oh yeah, if you haven't watched Infinity Train, watch Infinity Train.
Yeah.
That's what I've literally been watching today.
Yes, again.
Clark is in the other
Nice.
room watching it. Oh, Gina, I've watched it through, I want to say 7 times now. I love that show.
It's a fucking good show. It's a really good time. And then I'm saying it here because I'm holding you to it, Allison. At some point, you and I are gonna watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood all the way through.
Yeah, we sure are.
We're gonna do it. You and Victor too, and we're gonna do
very
it.
good.
Are
It's
we
very,
gonna-
very, very good.
Do we open up this can of worms right now on the internet?
I don't want to
or-
open up the can of worms until I've seen Brotherhood all the way through in a neutral setting, and
All right.
then we'll open up that can of worms.
Okay.
Gina, I know all about this can of worms, and having watched it this last year, it's very good. It's very, very, very good.
I believe it. I believe that.
When was the last time you watched the 03 anime? Sorry, I'm just gonna be a little spicy.
Because here's the thing. I'm not saying the 03 anime is okay. Fine, I'll open up the can. Fine, Allison. My can of worms is I think 03 is better than the manga. I don't have an
second
opinion.
this.
I don't have an opinion on Brotherhood, which is why we're watching Brotherhood. I never watched Brotherhood because I got really disillusioned by the end of the manga. I thought the manga is very good, although it has some pacing issues, and then I don't like the ending of it at all. But I'm hoping that in revisiting Brotherhood now, I will either be affirmed in my belief or be proven wrong. Both are fantastic outcomes. I really don't care which it is. I'd love to have
but you
not
do need to
nurtured-
watch it.
Well, I'd love to have
second
not
this
nurtured
entirely.
Yeah, like anyway, I have a lot of opinions about endings for this particular show because I think there's an argument that the individual stories in the manga are way better than the individual stories in like the original anime, but I do think thematically the original anime caps it out in a much stronger, more consistent way than the manga does, and that's it. That's my can of worms. But
Thank you.
that's why
Thank
we're
you very
revisiting
much.
it. Yep.
Yep. But yeah, the problem is we're operating off of, having seen 03 and watched Brotherhood through like episode, I don't know, like 30 or something.
Yeah,
And
and
having read all of the manga.
Yeah.
So
I've definitely seen a bunch of Brotherhood, and I've read the manga twice. But boy, do I hate the ending of it.
yeah,
That's my actual
sorry,
argument.
we'll close
Yeah.
up the can of worms in just a sec, but
That's my actual argument. I just hate
Agreed.
the ending of the manga. I just
Loved
hate
it.
it so much.
loved it all the way until the very last chapter, and then that ruined the whole experience for me. But anyway, we're gonna do it, and then we're gonna we'll have the final say on our opinions that we've had on this thing since we've known each other, Gina.
Yep.
That should be like a video. You guys just attacking Full Metal Alchemist.
Only that's
with your
why
rose-tinted glasses.
that's
Like,
why we want to see Brotherhood. I'd love to continue to wear my rose-tinted glasses or throw them at a wall and see them shattered. Both are like optimal outcomes, but I need to be
Agreed.
better informed is where I'm at. Because
With you
Brotherhood
there.
could have fixed some of the probably not because it's the ending that anyway.
We'll write the video essay. It'll make it out sometime next year. We'll see. Should we play this game? Also, I don't know if you can hear, but my cat just decided to bring the jingly ball into the room with me
Always
now.
a pleasure.
Jingly ball.
So
What a little
she's
jingly
here
ball.
with us. Yeah, Victor,
let's
you
play
can
this
be the
game.
straw man for both sides because I feel I can see you 100% doing that because I actually think that's the opinion you hold about it anyway. But I guess you're in a similar boat to me, having not watched it all the way through. So we'll do it together.
Yes. Aha.
Oh, I have one last plug before we start.
Go for
Hey
it.
guys, if you guys have like 10 friends that you could ask to follow us on Twitch, that'd be super cool.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Oh my god,
Just
yes.
so close. You know we don't ask very often, but I want to ask. I would like it. I want to get it. So just text a friend real quick. Be like, you
just tell
don't
'em
ever have to
real
watch their
quick.
videos. It's fine.
Just be like, hey, just
Shoot a quick
drop
text.
in real fast. Just
If you-
hit that follow button and then peace the fuck out.
I mean,
Like,
they could
if
also
you-
watch
if you-
Disco as we stream it, but yes, I deeply appreciate that sentiment, Short. Low
Yeah, I mean, like,
commitment.
get them into
low
disco, but they're
commitment.
not going to know what the hell is going on right now.
We're a
But
little
low
demon.
commitment. If you text a friend being like, hey, have you heard of the funniest comedy trio on the internet who play
Wow.
obscure video games on Twitch irregularly? If you send that text to a friend and tweet it, I'll give you a gift, and it might be a smile.
blow a kiss across the internet.
I'll send you a video of me blowing you a kiss. It'll be very, very romantic.
Victor's come to the rescue and is trying to bait her out. She's gone. Okay.
Yay!
Thank you, Victor. I realized
Just
that
like,
if you're baiting
imagine
the cat
having 10
out,
friends.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm so tickled by this particular call to action, but I'm deeply tickled by it. All right, what are we doing today?
We're
What are we
doing
doing
the
today?
main quest. How about we do a little recap? How are we feeling about a recap?
Sure. Yes. Okay. Once
Let's do
upon a
it.
time. Oh, sorry. Welcome everybody to Disco Elysium. Settle in.
Hell yeah.
You're here for a wild ride. So once upon a time, there was an amnesiac detective named Kurt Disco who...
Dubois.
Yes, but also Kurt, who is currently investigating the assumed hanging of a man in uniform that was found behind a what is this called? Where are we? It's a diner. It's not. It's a hostel. That's the word. Thank you.
The Whirling in Rags.
Whirling in Rags. Thank
He's
you
a
very much.
mercenary.
So as we investigated the alleged hanging, it was uncovered that it was not a hanging at all. This person had been shot, and then the scene was staged to make this person look like they were hanged. So as we investigated that, we went to talk with a woman named Cachet, who stands on the top of the Whirling in Rags. And Cachet gave us a series of stories about her relationship with the hanged man, and also about how she thought that the man had been killed. But after we pressed for a while, we realized that she wasn't being fully forthcoming about the story, and things started to look like they didn't quite add up. We almost arrested her and took her in for misleading the investigation, but we decided to leave her on the roof for now, because we are concerned that she might be assassinated by people who are currently looking for her if we take her into the station. On the other end of things, we learned from her that a potential suspect for the murder is basically the final Hardy Boy. The Hardy Boys work for the local union, and we had met all of the Hardy Boys save one, who is the sole female Hardy Boy, and she seems to have gone on the run after the murder. So we are trying to track her down. We've gotten some information from the other Hardy Boys, who ratted her out pretty much immediately after we put pressure on them. And
yeah, it was shockingly easy. They are not loyal.
No, they are not. Not at all. And part of that seems to be due to like some internal politics. She seems to have been a pseudo leader, but the Hardy Boys are named after Titus Hardy, so I can see that there's some there's a combative nature of those that are at the top of the pyramid of that organization. But also, maybe they just don't like her. We don't really know. We need more information about her. So that's our next main step, is trying to find Ruby in the village. We also need to get our gun back, but we can't do that until 2200, so that's later in the day. We also want to see if we can find Cachet's passport that she tied to a buoy, and also talk to Joyce. Yes.
Yeah, we have to go back
No,
and
this
talk
isn't talking to Joyce, but yes, one of these is talking to Joyce. This one, talking to Joyce.
Get a reality lowdown. Do you want to just go do that first, since we did talk about doing that last time?
Yeah, I'll go do that. Here we go.
Sweet. Let's do it. And then we can do the other new immediate stuff, like starting to look for Ruby and look for Cachet's buoy with her passport and everything. I think it's her passport, right?
Yeah, it's her passport.
Okay, cool.
Hey, guys, where did we get the name Kurt from?
Because he looks like Kurt Russell.
Is that where we got Kurt?
It is where we got it.
It was a year ago. So
I made a comment about how he kind of looked like a nasty Kurt Russell, and
I'll take it. That is as valid an option as any.
There it is again. There's a spectral scent haunting this pair, no doubt. And it smells like sea brine mostly, because it's a pair. Years of turmoil, of hopes and dreams, ground beneath the inexorable tides of capital.
Is this going to be a thought?
No, it's the communism thing. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Sure.
What do you smell? The first thing that strikes you is the overwhelming brine. You imagine yourself underwater, 100-legged arthropod scuttling along the murky silt at the bottom of the sea. But then the unmistakable reek of seagull shit hits you, buoyed along on the air currents, an acrid melody atop moldering cords of wood rot and heavy fuel oil.
Still smelling for communist, detective?
We are indeed.
I like
Thank you,
how
Kim.
he knew. He remembered.
Oh, he knows our thing. Yes.
Well, I'll be over here when you're finished.
The lieutenant nudges a piece of trash with his foot.
His impatience is feigned. He's actually curious to see how this personal errand shakes out. What the lieutenant thinks is irrelevant. Your politico-olfactory cortex is lighting up like a holiday display. The scent of communism is overwhelming, and it's coming right from that balcony over there. Certainement, a precocious communist youth, a symbol of a kinder, more hopeful future. Now's your chance to establish contact with your revolutionary brothers and sisters. A
This is
chance
who
to
they
establish
told us to go
contact
see.
with the future. What a beautiful, terrible thought.
Right?
I think this is just another.
Oh, I thought this was what
Manana told us to talk
Manana
to?
said to go find Cindy, right? Didn't he say to find Cindy? I thought he mentioned a Cindy.
He
but
might
I don't-
have.
I don't quite remember.
I
but-
think he did.
Then cool. We did it. I'm gonna do this right now because if I don't do
Cool,
this
we
moment,
did it.
I am going to forget, and then
no,
we'll never
yeah, go
talk to
for it.
Cindy again.
Go do it. She's out. Yeah, we have to go out on the balcony, right?
Yep,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
indeed. Look at us. Look at us do it.
I'm proud every time we accomplish something in this game because it always
it's a-
feels like nothing is ever accomplished, and then sometimes I'm like, wow, we've done a lot.
It's because we're fighting a eternal uphill battle against inertia
Yes.
and entropy, and I'm delighted that we can occasionally do things. Hello, Cindy.
Hello again.
I'm just so pumped
Have you
for the day
come
we
to
could be like,
admire
wow, we
my
beat this
love?
game. Did anyone believe it would happen?
I don't like.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
we have met Cindy before, right? She's the
Yeah.
mural painter.
Yeah,
right?
no,
Okay.
we've talked to her before. We usually talk to her from down below.
It's
but
been a while.
I know, I know.
will say.
I know. I will say, Short, you've never finished a game of this length on this channel before. It's a wild feeling when you beat a Dragon Age, I gotta say.
Oh, boy.
I truly can't imagine how it feels to have beaten a Dragon Age, a Danganronpa, a
Hey,
There's
Zero
nothing
Escape.
quite like it. I mean,
Yeah.
Danganronpa and Zero Escapes are specific because they have a sequel immediately after it, so you're just like, all right, we're gonna keep rolling. But
You
like,
did play Mass Effect.
that's true. We did play
Which-
Mass Effect.
Counts.
Yes.
I guess it counts, but it was definitely shorter than a lot of the things you've taken on.
Yes,
The
that's
day
true.
you beat Witcher will be insane.
Counterpoint, we beat Mass Effect in like 3 days, and it was the most intense
We
3 days of my entire life.
Oh my god.
We really did. We
Yeah,
played
we
that
did.
whole game.
Well, not the whole game, but the like.
We did. We played the whole game in like, I mean, maybe
Did we
not.
do it that fast?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was
thought we-
like
we
it was
split
3
it
days,
up.
and then we
we?
didn't finish it. So then we got back together and finished it.
That's
But it was
right.
like in 100-degree heat.
Yeah, and we were really close to beating it, but you would like work the next day, and you're like, I literally have to.
It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing that happened with Katana Zero. We're really bad about
that's
planning
right.
ahead. It is exactly what happened to Katana Zero, which is again, it was 100-degree heat, and it was 2 in the morning, and Allison's like, I have to go home. I have work.
And we're like, one more 20-minute episode. She's like, no.
I'm leaving. I'm dying. It's so hot.
Katana Zero was funny. I can't.
It's the angriest I've ever been, I think.
Yeah, God.
And also,
we
it
were
was very,
angry.
very fun. It was an incredibly fun, but also
Oh, yeah.
the intensity of
Katana-
emotion.
Is Katana Zero the one where we have like footage of you just being like, I fucking hate both of you? Like out of sheer actual anger. It's like the one time you broke and like forgot there was a microphone. You're like, fuck you. I'm done. Like, get out.
you were actively
That was
really
probably
pissed at
Katana
us.
Zero. It's because it was that one level. I realized we're not playing Disco Elysium right now. It was that
Sorry,
one
I'm sorry.
level where you and I Short kept swapping the controller back and forth, and we weren't making progress. And it was just like.
And then Allison and I
so
were
hot.
especially on our shit that night. Like Allison and I were little goobers that night.
Yeah,
and
and
you
you
were
were
not
like,
having it.
I
Shut
will
the
say
fuck up.
your
You're like,
energy
"Stop goobing."
is wonderful and infectious and delightful, except for at 2 in the morning in 100-degree heat when I can't beat a level. And that's
it's
a me
worth,
problem. That's a me problem. It's not you know.
the energy translated into something highly entertaining, though. So it's still...
Look, I look back on
think
it
that's one of the
incredibly
funniest ones
fondly.
we've done. Also, ouch on the Nier Automata one. I don't know what the hell I was thinking trying to take that on.
I didn't know
In the
what you were
moment, it
thinking
seemed
either.
like such a great idea. It seemed like such a great idea. It wasn't. I'm sorry.
Man, I've been thinking about Frog Detective lately, Inspector Clark.
Fuck Frog Detective.
There's a
That
third
game.
game short.
I hate that game.
There's a third one.
There's a no. No. God, whenever I hate the indie games we play, I get so sad because I hated Frog Detective. I hated Donut County. I hated it.
I know.
I thought it was so dumb.
I hated Donut County in a less productive way than I hated Frog Detective. Frog Detective somehow
Frog
circled
Detective
all the way
was
back
just
around.
Pure anger. God, I hate Frog Detective. And you're right. Frog Detective does circle back around because I feel like it wants to be hated. It's like, hate me, I dare you.
I know. It looks you straight in the eye and is like, I'm aware, but
You know I'm bad.
you'll never forget me, and that's all that matters. I've warmed myself into your brain, and for the rest of your life, you'll remember Frog Detective.
I don't know. I forget about Frog Detective until someone mentions it, and then I'm rage filled.
I remembered it the other day because I was playing Chicory, and Frog Detective, for inexplicable reasons, shows up in Chicory.
What? Why?
Yeah, I fell off a cliff, and at the bottom was Frog Detective, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Frog Detective," and I'm like, "I'm aware."
Oh my god, no, he haunts us.
Anyway,
Oh,
sorry,
no.
God. All right.
God.
Should we talk to Cindy?
Yeah, we should talk to
Yeah,
Cindy.
yeah, sorry.
No, this is good.
up? I'm Frog Detective. It's like, no!
He's like, I'm on vacation, and then he's actually really nice. He's like, I'm off duty, so I'll be normal. And I was like, I don't know how to approach that, Frog Detective. Does that mean you're doing it on
Does he
purpose
actually
the rest
act
of the
normal?
time? Yeah. He's just like helpful.
Is that a decision that he's making?
I think it's
no.
a decision. I think it's an affect.
Sucks.
I know.
I hate him.
Sucks.
He blows.
Oh god. All right.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Okay, sorry. What are you doing to the wall? Do you know anything about the recent murder? Is that heavy fuel oil? Is that bed in the coal room yours? Oh, no, it's these two that said to go talk to Cindy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Right.
it wasn't Manana.
I was like, somebody mentioned
She
Cindy,
knows
and I
about the
couldn't remember.
skulls.
Right, because she's literally called Cindy the Skull, so that makes sense.
That would do
We should
it.
probably mention that they send their best, yeah.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
Oh.
They seem to hold you in high esteem. I think they're afraid of you. Maybe it's just skull solidarity. She's gonna laugh at this because they're not skulls. I made up the sending their best part, but I did talk with them.
I think 3 is a good idea. Let her laugh at it. See
They'll
what we get
never
out
be
of it.
skulls.
Yeah.
But their hearts are in the right place.
Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull? I'm a police officer, but look at my fallen gear.
Yeah, dude, I kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, let's ask her.
Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
Okay, how's that?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre.
A
We'll
sepulcher.
paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
Fascinating. You want to start a war with the police to liven the neighborhood?
So wait, she's an anarchist. I guess it's not actually anarchy,
No,
but that's...
because
but-
she's relying on the system in order to produce the counter result.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I would say not an anarchist personally.
not an
but,
anarchist.
yeah.
No, you're right.
I'm gonna attempt to establish contact. That's why I came
Sure,
here.
let's do it.
And
Hey,
what do
sister.
you know about politics?
I'm looking for comrades to help me fire up the great Mazovian sausage grinder. Will you help me? One of the union guys said there's someone trying to organize an underground revolutionary cell. My nose told me that you're also a communist. We should team up and join forces. And I'm searching for a bunch of mole people.
For just a second, I thought you were gonna say join fascists. And that was
I'd love to see how she'd react to that.
yuck.
Yuck.
I don't know. 3 seems kind of fun.
or 2. That's very neutral. I don't know.
I'll do
3.
3.
3's stupid, but it's
Wow.
fun. Yeah.
Sounds like quite the snout you've got there.
Your olfactory department wants you to know that it accepts no responsibility for wherever this line of interrogation leads you.
All right, Bloodhound, us.
Sure. I know someone who'd love to talk the ideological stuff. You're looking for Steban,
Esteban.
a right communist who runs a mega cool and very secret meeting.
That sounds like a
That
trap.
That sounds like an oxymoron for a second there. A right communist. I know she's saying I like very much a communist, but sorry. Just Anyway, proceed.
That was funny, but hearing you explain it was even funnier.
I love an explain joke.
I know.
Thought it would add to the experience, you know.
Oh my god, amazing. All right. What does the Steban happen to go around in a white jacket?
He might.
Will you help me find him?
No.
What?
The lieutenant let slip a sigh that seems to suggest this turn was utterly predictable.
Is it money you want? Here, take some. I've got plenty. I guess I
No,
should
we
just
don't.
give up then. Nothing ever works out for me. Just tell me what you want
Just
me
tell
to
me
do.
what you want me to do. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
wicked grin extends across her face. A
There it
laughing
is.
skull. Death hilarious. This is gonna be bad.
Oink for me, piggy. Just once.
With gusto.
Still.
Oink, oink. Do it.
Meanwhile, Kim, no.
Kim, I need you to go stand at the end of the thing. This is not a you thing. This is a me thing. With gusto.
Wow. That was easier than I expected. It's almost like you've been wanting to do it this whole
I have
time.
for a while now.
A cool, damp feeling.
No, our morale.
Oh,
You
boo.
realize you needn't have rolled over quite so easily.
But there was gusto.
Failed. You failed.
I was excited about it.
The lieutenant, needless to say, is not impressed.
No, the gusto was the wrong choice, folks.
It was the
Sounds
wrong
like you're
choice.
really serious about meeting Steban. It's touching. Sort of.
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. We stuck our thumb up our ass in front of our best friend, and
this
that didn't
and
hurt
this
our
is,
morale.
No, but this is the thing that really. That was a
point,
moment of
good
pride,
point.
Short. That was a warrior salute. There was no shame in that. Only beauty.
I thought that's what the gusto meant. We
I
did
agree.
that with gusto.
I thought I agree. I just feel like that was an unearned morality hit.
I kind of agree. Yeah. I guess, yeah, it's a difference when it's for honor. So,
Steban's group meets only at night in an old room in these apartments here. It just so happens you're in luck. Their weekly meeting is tonight. Poke your
Ooh.
snout around sometime after 10 p.m. and you might just find them.
Okay, now that's two different things we need to do. After
I was going to say, there's
yeah.
a lot of shit we need to do tonight after 2,200 hours.
Interesting. Okay. Hold on. What else can you tell me about Steban?
Yeah.
Just that he's a real communist. Not like the play acting you've been doing. The rest, you'll have to see for yourself.
That's very helpful. Why do I think there's a catch?
Yeah, like, what, is there a catch?
Oh, smart pig. Because there is. See, Steban's a bit on the paranoid side. He's got all these mega secret passphrases to keep out infiltrators and the like. You can't join the meeting without one.
The lieutenant clears his throat.
Not to interfere in your personal errand, but I wonder whether it might have something to do with that phrase Mañana mentioned overhearing.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
Good
good
thinking,
thinking.
Kim. Yeah.
The lieutenant nods.
Thank
Guess
you, Kim.
this is what happens when two pigs put their heads together.
She seems slightly disappointed.
That's enough. Off with you then.
Okay.
All right. Well, what about the heavy fuel oil
yeah,
you've got going
what's
on?
this about?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
He says, studying the contents of Cindy's bucket.
What did you
Oh.
think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Fumes are bad for you, okay? You'd better hand it over, and that's some clever cultural commentary.
I know we're a cop, but I like number 3.
Well,
Yeah, me
this
too.
one, I would not be surprised if this does the standard thing that's happened a lot in this game, where we're like, "That's cool," and the person's like, "Damn, you ruined it forever."
Oh no! Well, it's empathy. We need to empathize with her, so maybe that's the
We ain't
empathetic
seen
response.
nothing yet, piggy boo.
Hey, there we go. Okay.
All right.
Is that
Uh,
forward bed yours?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Really?
That would
You're
be
a miner?
makeup, but
Probably, yes. Don't you have a
Yeah.
real home? It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
I mean, I'm gonna feel like a dumbass if we say number 1, and she's like, "No, idiot!" Like,
I'll say
not
it.
But
actually.
perception says we do see coal. I think we should.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, let's try.
Yes.
Yeah.
I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
Well,
I don't know
What?
if that
I'm
was
still
sincere.
confused.
Yep.
No.
I
That
still
didn't
don't
clarify
know.
3?
anything.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Okay, cool.
Shoot,
That's fine.
piggy.
All right.
It's what you do, isn't it?
All right. I feel we're only missing the one piece. I guess I could ask about it.
You could ask. Yeah.
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Wait, don't you know how I? Wait, don't you want to know how I knew to ask you? Yeah.
Not particularly. I want to keep this as brief as possible, you see. I want to return to painting the world red. Fine. I don't care about those wannabe skulls, and I don't care about your armor.
The wannabe skulls are dear to her. The armor, less so.
Come on,
Okay.
Cindy, just help me out here.
Yeah, just please.
All right, Piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Look cute as hell.
Okay, we are actually missing the gloves, so this is
Oh,
useful.
yeah.
That girl have been little Lily. It's not a bad place to start.
I know a little
Yeah.
girl in the village, little
Could
Lily.
have been her. Small kid with giant white armored hands. If you've seen one of them, you've seen them all.
There weren't any other small girls in the village.
Okay, all right. I not only know who that is, I know where that is.
Sweet.
And actually,
Ideal when we have an exact place we know to go to.
oh, I have a theory.
It happens so rarely.
Yeah.
What
so
are you thinking?
Little Lindy's house is right next to. There's a thing that I have clicked on every single time I've run by it, and it's never been a thing, and it's driven me crazy. There's a little sand castle behind Little Lindy's house that has like a little shovel sticking out of it, and it looks so clickable, and it's not clickable. I think they might
Oh,
be there.
You think that might be it?
Yeah. If it's not there and that doesn't ever become clickable, I am rebelling against the Joyce isn't here.
Wait, she left? Can you click?
Went to the village on the coast,
come
officer.
back?
See you there.
Oh,
The village on the
whoa.
coast?
Okay, then I guess we'll just head to the village.
Okay.
I
That's
didn't
It's
know
fine.
weird
Joyce
when characters move location.
Yeah, I
know.
didn't know that either. I mean,
Joyce-
I guess she is on a boat. So.
I guess so. There's more agency than I thought you had, Joyce.
Yeah. Wait, NPC, no. You're not
Just
supposed to
an
be there.
ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Damn, we can't conceptualize it yet. You can try.
I don't think we'll ever be able to.
Yeah.
Like,
Try it.
Do you want me to
Well-
try it?
I mean,
it doesn't
why not?
hurt.
All right.
Just an ordinary wall.
You got a very low
Yeah.
chance.
Double
Yeah,
six.
yeah.
Dang.
It's a
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business to attend.
Okay, all right. Okay,
That's fine. That's fine.
that's fine.
Okay. We are. What are we doing? We're
I'm
going to find Joyce.
I'm just getting to the teleporter point.
That's fine because we've got other stuff we need to do over there anyway. So.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's gonna work out. I just need to get over to the whirling rags before we can go.
No worries.
Do.
What you do?
Okay. All right. Do.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Do.
All
I love
right.
being able to travel that fast.
I do too. Okay, actually, yeah. Let's start here.
Is this where Lily is?
Yep.
This is her house. Okay. Yeah, we'll start with that.
Hi,
Hey.
Lily. It's been a
Hello.
while.
What's up, Lily?
Hello, mister.
I heard there was a girl here who with armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh,
Here.
I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
Interesting.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
He enunciates the last two words carefully.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part.
They're in my sandcastle.
Oh my
You were
god, I
right!
was right.
Understand? You can break
I
the
can't
castle.
believe you knew.
I
not very
can't.
good.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe
Damn,
you
you
knew.
You know
wow.
game design, my friend. You're like,
Pro
I
gamer.
swear,
I'll
it
show
must
you what
be
I mean. I've
clickable.
clicked on it every single time we've run by there. All right. Do you know Ruby?
Luby.
Yeah.
Ruby.
Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret.
My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or sometimes I can, but then Uller.
This is very cute.
He's so
And her name is
cute.
Little Lily. Oh, okay.
Kids.
Oh, no.
Okay, so that's...
Okay, Kim.
What you
Alright.
holding there?
It's Lammy. He's my
Lammy!
friend. Sort of. Like,
She holds the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lammy looks soft. We
I
can
like
also
that
say
one.
Lammy looks like he's falling apart.
No.
We also could say,
No,
okay.
Lammy looks
Well,
soft.
pleased to meet you, Lammy.
I like
Oh, that's
I like
cute,
2 and
too.
3. That's
I like
cute.
three. Three's cute.
Yeah, do that.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
Little Lily, you're a delight.
Oh, wait. Can we say that Lammy looks soft if you point to the toy again?
Sure.
It's Lammy.
Lambie is a
Yes. Very soft.
Suddenly she pushes the stuffed animal towards your face. Press your cheek against Lammy. I don't deserve it. I'm scum.
No. Number 1. Do it.
Isn't he soft?
It healed morale. That's awesome. That makes me happy. Man, all Kurt Disco needs is a hug.
Yes.
Just wants a
Desperately and dearly. So she's
Desperately.
right.
Disco-
Lammy
Kurt
is very
Disco
soft.
needs a hug. 2K21. That's so accurate.
Bye.
It's 2K22 now.
My little Lily.
Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow.
Is that the phasmid? It looks
Wait.
like the phasmid, leaning against the wall. Wait. What if this is the fishing rod situation all over again?
Now, wait just a moment.
Wait, hold on just a second here. Wait,
Try to-
what?
Okay, wait a sec.
What?
Try to sneak up on the phasmid. Lean towards the phasmid and clasp it in your hands. You're not going to be fooled again. You're going to stand here calmly and observe this non-phasmid until you see what it really is. Ignore the sighting, discard the thought.
I think try to sneak up on it.
Let's sneak up on that phasmid.
Yeah.
It's
What
not
the hell?
phasmid. It's not even organic. It's a fire iron.
Okay.
How disappointing.
This is how it starts. I can't believe it! And of course that wasn't the phasmid, it's way too big. And
Gotta
this
be
is what I
3.
get for trying to be a scientist instead of a cop. I mean, I'm not even a good cop.
Well, he's
I
really
like that.
self-deprecating in this house.
He is, yeah,
That
this
is true.
is a bad
This house does
for
make
Kurt.
him really rethink himself.
I like number 3 though. What do you think?
I'm willing to say it. I feel like this is a destructive path for us to take Kurt
Yeah, maybe
down,
not.
But I will say it because I do think it's kind of funny.
Sure. Yeah.
You were just following your instincts, your destiny. You're meant to find
No.
the phasmid. Just maybe not here.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
oh,
okay,
just for
okay,
now,
okay,
just
okay.
for
Yeah,
now,
I
just
didn't
for
see
now.
the for now, and I was like, no, the phasmid.
Okay. Y'all, is
It'll
the
come back
phasmid real?
another time.
It has to be
The
real.
phasmid is
It's
the
gotta
thing
be
that I
real.
is the single thing in this video game I'm most committed to.
God, I want to find this fucking bug. This bug.
This bug.
We need to reassure this beautiful marriage that it wasn't all for naught.
I mean, admittedly, the takeaway should be that the phasmid being
doesn't
not real
matter.
doesn't matter. But
Exactly.
for me, finally, it's clickable.
You can click on it
Wait,
now.
that's
Look at
That's
those
really
bugs.
special.
To Lily's little
That's
sandcastle.
vindication.
The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Reach into the catacombs and pull out the shiny object.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
What are we missing? We
Are we
have
missing
the
anything?
pants, I guess. Yeah,
Oh,
it's the pants.
are there pants? Are there pants?
I don't know, but I have the boots, which I'm wearing right now, the gauntlets, the cuirass. So yeah, it must be the pants.
Oh, is there a helmet? I feel like there should
Might
be a hat.
helmet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Something.
Just
yeah.
like with Fallen, I feel like.
All right, then we're not as far along as I thought, but still doing pretty well.
Damn. All right. Are you going over to where the buoy is?
Yeah, I am.
Nice.
That feels like it should be a quick. Ooh, dot. There's concrete
Oh,
here. A sewer? What?
Oh, wait, what?
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
Yell ho!
Yell ho!
Whoa!
Ho!
Oh,
I want to
Kim,
yell
any,
ho.
all right.
There's no echo,
Kim,
Oh.
no answer.
any idea what's down there?
No idea.
Yeah.
Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
Think I might find Ruby down here?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building.
But not in there.
I hope not.
Oh, what's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Okay.
Boo. No,
Alright.
we gotta. Oh,
Interesting.
alright. This game.
There's so many
That's
things.
Such a weird game.
I
There's so
know.
many things.
There's so
Yeah.
many things.
Oh, it's that lad up there with his son. Okay, can you check the traps?
I will.
Can you-
But first, I'm checking
okay.
the buoy.
Okay.
Yes.
I just can't believe this game got made.
I know,
no, I
right?
agree with that too. Yes.
Did you get it? Is that it? That's just it? You just got it?
Is that it? No, I didn't get anything.
Oh. There was a prompt that said, could this be Clause's buoy?
Yeah, but I didn't see anything.
What? Is there anything in your... I mean, it should have triggered something, right? Is there anything in your inventory? Did we already do the thing?
The buoy west of the boardwalk on the coast somewhere in the reeds. It has... Yeah.
Wait.
I'm just not... I'm tabbing right now, and I'm just not seeing anything.
The fuck? Because the prompt was definitely there. I saw it.
Yeah, no, there was a prompt, but there wasn't an item.
Huh. Okay. I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess we can keep looking.
Is there another, like a walking path or something?
Not that I saw.
Where it gets shallow, potentially?
Or do you need to walk out on the ice or something?
I mean,
What
I'm
if you
clicking.
step on that
I'm clicking there. There's no.
both on all the ice flows?
Yeah.
They aren't real? Okay.
Is there another angle to hit it from? Another part of the island?
I mean, it feels like it's this. Like that.
I
There's a little rectangular thing under the ice flow. But it doesn't.
Oh, I see it right there, but you can't click on it.
Yep, I'm tabbing right now, and there's nothing.
Do we have to
clickable.
come back at a particular time?
Maybe. I'll check the cage again, but
Okay. That's weird.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. The rest are piled in a heap in the corner, dead. No phasmid anywhere. Poor things.
Well, all right. No phasmid. What the? I'm like a little pissed off about this
Yes.
buoy, but
Aw, I forgot we could have
We
convinced him
walked
that there was a
in
dark,
the-
sexy mystery.
I mean, I can try again. Okay, well, all right. That didn't
So
work.
what next then?
Yeah.
I guess. Do we want to go track down Joyce?
yeah, I guess we need to go talk to Joyce.
Yeah, let's do that. I think figuring out where she is in general is probably a good call.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Sorry.
odd. Yeah, that's really. I don't know.
I'm assuming she's in like the harbor. The harbor.
The harbor?
quote, unquote. Like the where that woman is that we asked on a date.
Oh yeah, where the fishing boats are.
Yeah, not where I'm running.
okay.
I'm running the wrong way.
I was like, where? Wait, where? Oh, wait, is that her boat? Down
Where?
below? Can you go that way?
No, I can't. It doesn't matter. That's
No.
yeah. That's what I thought I was doing, but then I forgot that you can't actually walk that way.
Ah,
Gotta
damn.
go the long
Okay.
way around.
That's fine.
Like always,
Here
being
we
forced
go.
to walk.
Wait, a dot.
Alright.
Give me that experience. Oh well.
Yes. Oh, right. We get experience by doing that now.
Eh,
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 Excellent.
mine. Thank you, dude. Hugely informative.
How much experience is it? Just like one?
I think it's minuscule, but you know. There she
Uh,
is, and then Joyce, are you out? Dot.
Okay. That was her boat. You
Yep.
just saw it. We just saw it from way over there.
Hey,
okay.
Joyce.
Joyce.
I'll just keep the Cordeleche in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds the mooring line around the post.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty?
Hello, ma'am.
What?
Hello, detectives.
Jetty.
It's time to jetty. Sorry.
Disco,
Very
the disco was a little more on point, but that one was close, and I liked
Listen,
it.
I was trying to make a callback to the start of the episode.
You
a
love
triple
a callback.
callback.
Joke.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So,
She fastens the end of the line around the post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This
why?
cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation.
That's a
I
yes.
did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordeleche red. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder abuse? And who is this scamp anyway?
I mean, she's talking about Cindy.
It's Cindy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I
Who-
could ask this just to hear about Cindy from her perspective, but like we know
Sure.
who Cindy is.
Yeah.
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better, For one, she appreciates the concept of rent.
Oh, it's Lillian.
On this side, it's Lillian.
Oh, okay.
She's
okay.
getting along. That was a strange statement to me too, but she's just saying that this side is fine.
Got it.
Minnie's
Okay,
looking to
understand.
Cindy. All right, so how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze around the village, slush melting on the cinder blocks, construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
No, don't look at that. Pay no attention to
No.
that.
I'm
don't
surprised
look at
that
that.
woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react. Real men.
Let's react.
Real politics. Real thoughts in your head.
Okay, that's actually very funny, Authority.
Yeah.
Given that we've called this particular thing out before, I like that they're also doing it.
That's funny.
You're right to be scared. This is all your fault. You're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks. This place is doomed either way. Say nothing. You're right to be
Oh,
scared.
number-
This is your fault.
That's real spicy, but I like that. Or number no, yes, yeah, let's fucking do it. I don't
I
know.
think go for it, without a doubt.
And she says, perhaps.
It's early spring and the rains are coming. An
Okay,
officer
she's pretty
enters
easygoing
alone
about it.
Yeah.
Of stone and wood.
She always has been.
Inside, weapons are piled against the walls. Rifles with splintering stocks. And swords. Tens, if not hundreds.
Yeah, she's never really
They're
denied
antiques,
it.
says Lieutenant John, the archetype McCoy, to his partner. They're digging them up from the catacombs now. Fixing them. Old cachets from the revolution. The children carry them up. Come May, the streets will be flooded. Outside, the wind rattles the loose hatches. Flooded with cheap weapons in angry hands.
How do you guys pronounce the word cache or cachet? Is there
I
correct?
say
Cache.
cash.
I say cache too,
Yeah.
like a weapons cache. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a
Is
right
cache
I
way?
don't
the
know if
correct
there's
way?
a right way. They said cachet, and that struck me
Huh.
as incorrect, but maybe it is correct. I don't
I-
know. I've just always said
think I-
cache.
I think another character in here said cash. Mm-hmm. So
You know what I'm gonna do? Look it up.
Google pronunciation time.
use the internet. Yeah, I feel like it could be either. And
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Oh, interesting. They're different words.
Oh,
They're literally different words.
okay. So which one? What does cache mean versus cachet?
So, cache is yeah. Okay, cache is for like a weapons cache or a web browser cache, like that's normal.
okay,
Cache.
yeah,
Okay,
So
yeah.
like a collection
Um,
of things, a storage of things. Yes. Okay.
Yes, a cachet actually means status or prestige.
So in this case,
Never heard it
they
said that
pronounced
way.
it incorrectly because it should have been old cash from the revolution, unless they meant
Yes.
the status from the revolution, in which case it would have been old cachets from the revolution.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes to all the above.
Fascinating. Also, I
Confusingly.
wonder how plural works because this is multiple caches, which
Is it caches or
I don't
do
know.
you say caches, caches or cachets?
I think it's
Or the
caches.
plural
Okay,
of
yeah.
Okay, caches.
all right, cool.
Thank you for investigating. I really appreciate that. Wait,
Victor seems
Victor
to
says
doubt.
cachet with a T is cachet. That's the French one, or that's the second definition you said. Now I'm confused.
Have I told you how they
wait,
discovered this
wait.
place?
What'd you discover?
I'm sorry. I'm still reading through. I'm still trying to figure it out.
All right,
That was also just a tag on Reddit, so I'm trying to make sure that wasn't a lie.
I definitely respect you trying to do research live. I just don't. I'm just like, I commit to being wrong live because doing a Google search will take too much time.
No, it's cache. It's all cache, except for like the weird other cachet, which is literally spelled differently.
The way that
cachet is
Vicky
CACHET.
Okay.
Okay.
So CH, not H, CACHE is always cache.
Okay.
This can't be interesting. No.
I will say though, I was earnestly curious, and I am enjoying this. I understand that's not anyone else, but for me.
Agreed. I'm enjoying this too, and I'm learning. So, yay!
This fishing village, this island, this fishing village.
They
No,
discovered this place.
they're
Yeah.
in Celindian, Isola.
What is an isola exactly?
Please don't ask that. It's an
No,
island.
you haven't told me how they found it.
Well,
Yeah.
your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion.
That's
That's
so
me.
me.
45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better though. God, both of these fucking
These are
suck.
both fucking. She just looks at us and just goes, "There," and like pats us on the head.
I like 45% is about where I operate. Things are getting
Yeah,
better
go
though.
for it.
Yeah.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Tell me now, we have time. This isn't what we're here for, but might as well. I
Yeah,
guess.
this is why we're here.
Okay, that's valid.
Kim,
Kim, we're killing time until 2200. We got time.
we have the time.
Yep. It doesn't look like he does.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Interesting.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're hot in pursuit.
Yep, it's time to talk about reality.
More lessons in basic reality. My favorite part of the day. Go ahead.
look
ask
at
me
us.
anything.
Hey.
Wait,
What is
what is jamais vu thought?
the
Thank
scent,
God.
the sound?
Wait,
Oh
what
my
are you
God.
asking?
Well, we had the reason we had 97% is because it said jamais du thought.
I
jamais
internalized
vu.
the thought
Yeah.
about
That specific thought.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly.
Yep.
We wanted to come back once we were done with that. So, all
Gotcha.
right.
Yep.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air? What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The fading pearls of her eyes look to the sea.
The camera of her mind
Wow.
glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough.
She concludes.
There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
What is it?
Elysium.
Oh, hey.
It's the other.
Ah,
That's the name
it's
of the
the
game.
other word we were looking for.
The other one. Yeah.
Wait, is this the one with the evil apes? Elysium. The world needs a term of endearment. And this world does not deserve a term of endearment.
Oh,
I think too.
too.
It does.
Yeah.
There are those who would call it hell.
What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
I don't feel like I've got the whole picture yet. I've got a clear picture. Let's proceed to another term.
Number one,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh.
Tell us more.
You want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Okay, so she means that there's no satellites to take pictures from orbit, therefore we're...
Fascinating.
Okay, that's a fascinating way to look at it, but yeah, that's fair.
I like how about hits a ball.
Yeah, how about it's a ball? Inside sideways? What shape is the world then? I kind of like making her say things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Make her tell us the world is not flat.
We
Or
used
maybe
to
she will
think
say
it
it's
was a
flat.
sphere.
Maybe she
Well,
will.
It's beginning to look less and less likely by the day.
Triangle.
You wouldn't know it from the tabloids. But the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
It's a triangle planet.
ORG, Occident Revischolgrad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
Oh, like, okay, so it's a donut.
What?
Oh, it's a big
Yes.
donut?
Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
Wait.
A cold fear
Wait,
seeps into you.
Okay, wait a sec. So, okay, no, we're gonna get her to keep
I
talking.
need help.
Yeah, she's gonna keep talking.
Yeah.
The
Let's
pale,
finish
what do you mean,
her
corona?
part and then we'll discuss.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep pressing. Yeah.
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here.
Wait.
You can't just throw around the word encephalopathy.
Can you please
You
look up
can't do that.
encephalopathy?
I got it. I'm
Thank
already
you.
on it.
God.
In-
Wait.
Okay,
How do
so
I even spell that?
Before again, we're not going to dive into it too deep, but so far as I can tell, this doesn't help anybody except for like you, Allison. But it kind of sounds like their world is effectively how the In-Betweens works a little bit, which is really
I think
weird.
so. It's disjointed, but there are things that connect it, but there's empty space in between, or there's some sort of space in between, and
Encephalopathy is damage or disease that affects the brain.
yes, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
One
guess
of
that's
the
kind of in
greatest
between
questions of
spoilers
our
slightly.
Maybe when we get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
fractured corona doesn't feel like bringing anyone together.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we're in some sort of like, I don't know, like the planet is broken up into like an asteroid belt kind of donut of islands essentially that are spinning around like in gravity. I don't know. Like rather than it being a sphere, it is a shattered planet that is.
Maybe, but I think the reason I went to In-Betweens is because it feels a bit more metaphysical than that. Like, that's very physical, but that would mean that you need, like, a spaceship to get from one island to another. Whereas
No, that's a good point.
This seems a bit more high concept.
What if the silence has something to do with like that's connecting to another? Oh,
Yeah, like the center core.
Yeah,
That is
That
the
very
sound of the center
in-betweens.
core.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
You have
Weird.
misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if
It's
you
a
say
Disco
it's
Elysium.
It's a
wow.
Oh my
we
God.
are living in a disc world.
Oh, disc. Oh, Elysium.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like any kind of disco I'd go to. I don't care about disco. I only care about the commune.
Well, if you say it's disco.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant
Unless-
observes you both silently. He
unless it's
adjusts his glasses.
A very like meta thing where, you know, it's a bunch of instances on this game and then we just like appear and load into those places and they're very fragmented, but it is all one world and it's this, I don't know, dumb meta game creation commentary on the game world that we're interacting in.
Maybe that seems really unlikely to me, but
Okay.
I mean, like, yeah, like that. Don't get me wrong, that would make sense, I guess. But
I mean, this game has been meta and self-aware before, so
Oh yeah, in a lot
yeah,
of ways.
no,
like
totally. I
that
think
could
it's more
apply
like,
to the world building and the reality that it exists in as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think that works. To be clear, it's more just like, I don't know. That's kind of,
You don't like it.
I don't like that at all.
That's fine. You can say you don't like it.
I think it's like, I don't know how to say that's super valid, but I boo. I don't like it.
That's super valid, but boo.
But also, if that turns out to be the case, I will like it because you said it, and that's fun. So you did make it for me.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Only if that happens, though.
Only if that happens. Otherwise I hate it.
Okay.
Until it becomes canon, in which case I love it because you somehow predicted it.
I'm curious about what is pale.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Because the pale radio signal is what the pale rider was trying to find, and the pale rider is Ruby. So Ruby was trying to find the pale somehow.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case
No,
to
I need
attend
this,
to.
Kim!
Kim, no.
His voice is low, but firm. All she can say is,
Of course, Lieutenant. Let's try something else.
I don't want to. I want to know what the pale is.
No, this is important for the case, Kim.
I mean, do we have to come back
without Kim?
I'm going to ask it just to confirm whether we need to come back without Kim.
I don't think your colleague would appreciate that. He has already been so patient with this whole exercise. Let's continue with something else, all right? You can ask about anything else in the world. Anything.
but she wants to tell you.
Okay,
You come back without
sorry, I'm
Kim.
looking at
It's
chat. Okay,
really-
so Ruby is not the pale rider, but Ruby is searching for the pale with her radio signals.
Oh, okay. That's where we got it mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
could
there's a
sneak
connection.
back later when he's not around, unless you can convince him to step aside.
I'm just gonna ask him. What if I just ask him? I'm just gonna ask him.
Sure, just Kim
Do
trusts
it.
us, so let's do it.
Good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene.
Kim, can I talk to the ma'am alone for a second?
Fine.
He steps away
Okay.
with his notes.
See?
Thank you.
What can he do? You're a grown man.
Now, what is the pale?
Are you sure you're sure? Your
Aw,
colleague seemed
Kim trusts
adamant.
us.
What is the pale?
Okay. The pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Yeah, you were right, Gina.
Yeah. It is exactly.
Spoiler alert.
sorry.
So
Sorry.
weird. It's so abnormally close.
It's really
for such a
specifically-
niche idea.
yeah.
Extremely specific.
It's
Yeah.
pretty specifically the in-betweens. That's fine. Wait, and an isla? Wait, okay, what is the pale
Then an isla
light?
is whatever
Is the land, it's matter.
this planet.
That's
thing.
why she keeps saying matter. She says matter over and over and over again. Isla is matter. The pale is not
Isla-
matter.
Oh,
okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
confirm
then.
that, but I think that's what's going on here because she used the word matter a whole lot.
Isla is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the Pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Mundi, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
I mean, they're almost like planets, and you could call Pale a space, but they're all connected, and they're all. I mean,
I think that's too literal. It's because
No, you're
to your
right.
point, the asteroid belt would make more sense, but I don't think it's literal. Because I mean,
you're right.
It is a
It's
literal reality
metaphysical.
for them, but it's metaphysical because otherwise
you're right.
spaceships and
An oceanic Isla. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, what is the Pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Whoa.
The negation of being.
The negation of.
That's right. The negation of being.
She tightens her hood around her neck. It's cold outside.
This is interesting because in the Pern novels too, whenever you teleport, you go through what is called between, also kind of similar to in betweens, but it's a space of like nothingness. It's where there is no space or time or perception or anything, and you have to. That's sort of like the reality that you pass through whenever you teleport. Like if you're going from one side of the planet or one time period or another, you have to go through something that is nothing, and they just call it between. And that sounds sort of like what the Pale is.
Yeah.
Is the
question is like, can people pass through the Pale? I would assume
well, I
so.
would assume so because Pale Rider. I'm gonna guess that is someone who moves through the Pale. I guess when we find out, if we can talk to the Pale Rider. Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe it's hard to navigate, thus Ruby's radio signals. I don't know. I'm honestly, the thing I'm most curious about is why this upsets Kim to the point where he had to walk away.
Yeah,
that's
clearly Kim
really
knows
interesting
a really specific something about this.
Yes, yeah, that he
Which
did
is
not
fun.
want to talk about this.
I
Yeah.
would really like some more specific Kim stuff and how he fits into all of this.
All right, let's find the answers.
Go through this list.
Is it here?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world.
And just
Yes.
fucking
That's
ends.
Wild.
That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called Porch Collapse.
Porch collapse. All kinds of new phrases.
Whoa.
Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism, a mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
So a bunch of
That's
spores
awesome.
floating through the. It's like there's a planet sort of in Outer Wilds that this reminds me of a lot. Like a lot. It is you dive into the center of the planet and it's just a foggy, spatially confusing mist. And you can fly in any direction and things will just kind of manifest. It's really hard to navigate and it's just a bunch of little structures floating through an infinite gray mist. So it feels very similar to this, except in that you have a spaceship. So, so that's more literal than this seems to be.
You hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly.
Yeah, what are its physical qualities?
Yeah.
It's difficult to describe or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
I wonder if that sound we brought in
Is
like a
the
part
Pale?
of the Pale.
That's what I was gonna say. Is
Yeah.
that's like a hole in between this Isla and the Pale, and it's like leaking. It's like a drip
Yeah, or it's like punching a hole.
or a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
what I was thinking too. Because it's like it's an absence of like, I don't know, experiencing reality in that little tiny space.
Okay,
What
well,
is
how
this
do we get
world?
from how do we get from Isla to Isla?
Oh,
Yeah.
it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path.
I'm sorry, it's literally the in-betweens. That's all.
Yeah,
It's literally the in-betweens.
I can't believe how close
It's
it is.
exactly the
It's
fucking
like-
in-between.
Insane.
I'm miffed almost.
I know. I'm almost a little mad that
I
it's
know.
almost
They
God
stole
damn
the
it.
idea.
That's okay. That's all right. It's documented that in-betweens happened before I played this game.
True.
That is
Yes,
true.
yes,
No
yes.
one can ever say.
God.
For
But it is
anyone,
so hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting
That's okay.
lost. Or having our
if
minds
anyone,
damaged.
oh, she's still talking.
Yep.
If anyone is confused, In-Betweens is the name of our D&D podcast, which is also in reference to
A metaphysical
exist-
location in the world state of that podcast.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yes. I'm hesitant to compare it to the Upside Down because it isn't
It's
quite
not.
that.
No.
Yeah,
it
but
definitely doesn't work the same way. It works like this. Is unfortunately the case.
but yeah. If you were wondering what that is.
Yep.
But while in between's the show and like that the metaphysical space like exists, the lore of it has existed for us for years because that's our world state that we play in.
You guys
so.
have played multiple campaigns in that setting, which is why you know
Yeah.
a bit more about it than is ever happened in the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, sorry. It's just I can't not comment on it. It's too damn close.
It's so similar. It's very
God.
funny.
All right. The Pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
It's because that is so cool because it's like all time exists simultaneously in that space, essentially, which means like every form of existence you can have like would be there. I'm assuming that's if I'm reading this correctly. If it like the blend over of the self makes me think that like every version of you, past, present, future,
Well, and also every version of
everything.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every version of everything ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
But it's
Who
also
says that
total
you
absence.
I mean, I get it.
But
It
I mean,
seems,
it-
I
at
feel
some
like
point-
it's quote unquote total absence in the same way the silence was total absence, which is to say not at all.
Right, exactly. And to a point, whenever all of everything that exists simultaneously, I imagine it becomes so much and overwhelming that it can be perceived as nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so all encompassing.
Yeah, it's like if you blend all the colors together.
Right.
Yeah, it's where it's like they don't negate each other; they become something different. But that doesn't mean those colors didn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Okay, so who says and who argues? Wait,
Who said what?
human mind becomes overradiated by. Okay, yeah.
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue.
Okay, that's in response. Sorry, I'm going back up. Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation, silence. Others argue that it's everything. Okay, all right.
Okay,
Cool,
that's sort of what I'm
cool.
saying. Like
Yeah.
it's both nothing and everything, and those are the theories.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and people aren't entirely sure. Okay, what does this overradiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of pale exposure per year.
Whoa.
Okay, and that's why. Okay, so I think you're right. The Pale Rider probably does ride through the Pale, and that's why she had those like memories of, like, I don't know. She seemed
Other
to be
experience. Yeah.
yeah, kind of existing in multiple places at once a little bit. Yeah.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger.
Yeah.
No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entreprenetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of pale transit annually.
Whoa.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to see your name. Beam Villamore. I was having the same thought, which is that Harry effectively either listened to the Pale, because we have a couple different ways that he could have listened to the Pale, or dunked his head into the Pale somehow, and that's
how
we're
we
here.
ended up an
That's how
amnesiac
we got
detective.
here.
Yeah, because God knows we have a what's the phrase that people are using? The multiverse of selves in our head right now.
Right.
Yeah.
We definitely.
Oh, it's so the it itself split us up.
Yeah, it's like we could
Yeah.
have just dipped our
Oh.
head in it and gotten a little scrambled. I
And
don't
maybe
know.
Whoa, that's so interesting. I
Yeah.
hope that's true.
I was thinking
really
that
hope
throughout
that's
this whole
true.
conversation.
Yeah. And maybe that's how that connects
Oh.
back to his feelings of like his wife versus the I don't remember the name of the religious figure.
Because
we
Dolores Day.
Dolores Day, like that. I don't know. Maybe a past self version of him was, involved with her in some way, and everything is all jumbled up, and it feels so close and real.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe
There-
that's the only true thing. That's the real
Or maybe that is the
Harry.
only true thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Ugh.
No idea.
I don't. This is good
Someone
shit.
else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange
That's
grey-haired
who we've
woman
been talking
in her
about.
lorry.
Do lorry drivers pass the Pale?
Yes, carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
You should ask the Pale driver about this. See what she says. That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you overradiated?
Up to
Yeah.
my gills, officer.
Interesting.
Wow.
I hope that's true, because I also love anything ever that justifies its own existence. Always in storytelling. So to have a video game justify the reason why we are having these sorts of things happening, and this skill tree, and like it justifies all of its RPG mechanics
It
based off of
does.
this
Yep.
one concept.
Which is
Yeah.
very cool.
It's so cool. It's so meta and so cool.
I know it is also very meta.
See,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this kind of meta more than let's talk about video games meta, although both are meta.
yeah,
Yes,
but different
or
approaches.
fucking Frog Detective looking at it, us
Very
on the other
mad.
side and being like, ha ha ha, what a funny game, right? And I'm like, no, no, no.
Yes, agreed.
Shush.
Yeah, this is really cool.
What's intrapenetic?
Yeah.
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E Solar. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
I still can't get over it that the Islas are just pockets of reality and not like, it's an island. It's an island of reality. Yay. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just still thinking about that.
No, it's cool. It's also like, sincerely, one of my favorite parts of this is that she kept on stressing the phrase matter early on, and I thought it was like a verbal tick, but no, it's because she visualizes the world in a fundamentally different way than the way that we had, which is cool.
Right. Yeah, this is really cool.
Foreshadowing, baby.
Yeah. Did they cross it, the Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has interplanetics changed then? Sorry.
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale.
All right, I shouldn't have been sassy earlier. I guess they have pseudo spaceships.
Yeah, it sounds like they do.
Yeah, they do in fact have pseudo
They
spaceships.
do have spaceships. Yep.
In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
And if we don't,
then they don't.
That's valid. How much Pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
I guess it's like antimatter almost.
Well, it's also like what's outside the Pale too. If they can measure the Pale, then is there space outside the Pale? Is there?
Yeah, that's what I was
outside
wondering.
the
Does
Pale?
space exist?
That's why I thought that Pale was space.
No, but it's
like
not.
open space, but it's not.
Yeah.
Huh?
Slipping
how?
What do you think, Detective?
It's shrinking. There's more and more of the world. It's growing. There's more and more of the Pale.
I feel like there's
That-
probably more and more of the Pale.
Precisely.
Yeah.
One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
It's not extreme at all. It's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah, probably cover everything.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Don't think about
We
it.
go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild Pale yonder.
One and all. They say Pale is death, but for the universe,
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
It's interesting though because it's not nothing. That's the weirdest part about it.
It is something. Yeah, it is
Right.
not the absence of something. It is the inclusion of something.
Yeah.
Of everything.
According to some theorists, sorry.
That's true.
We
Yeah.
don't know. All right, let's return to reality. That was wild.
yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
Nothing, just alcoholic fumes and blackout. I sometimes sense vague shadows of the past, and it's not good. I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
I'd
Two?
like
Two or three.
or
I
three.
like 2.
Yeah.
Probably
And tell
2.
me, what do you think of the Pale?
It's terrifying. You're right. It's disco. It will end all life. That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. Its advance can only be stopped with immediate, total, ruthless communism. The powerful anti-communist force, perhaps too powerful, but still they have it coming. I'm worried. I have to say, it doesn't sound very liberal to me. I don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. And who am I to think anything of it? That last one's a really cool line, by the way. I don't know. if it's
I
what
was
we
about
can
to say,
but
I
that's
kind
fun.
of die for that last
That's
one.
metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually really
do that.
cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think do it.
Yeah.
Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you. Your bloodshot eyes and swollen face.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
I'll handle it. It's under control. This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by. I promise. Yes, I'm in serious trouble here. It'll be a fucking disaster, and I know it. All these people will die.
Oh no.
Whoa, don't say
Let's do 2, I guess.
Yeah.
This is kind of fun.
That is a fun line.
It's
I
not
hope
under
so.
control.
I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him, and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
She
It
gives you
does
a
make
slight
sense, her slight gray area, her gray area when it comes to moral, just do-gooderness. It makes sense when you know about the inevitability of the Pale.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that will sway and slant any sort of moral compass.
Well, and also
Yeah.
that she just, like, jaunts across it up to 22 times a year. Like...
Yeah.
Yeah, and that it she has this composure to her, but it clearly fucks her up. Like,
Yeah, I feel like staring that in the face, writing through it, is... That would do something to you. You are not the
Right.
same person on the other side.
because you're passing through oblivion over and over again.
Yeah.
And being reconstructed back together again, like on the other side. Because that's sort of how I feel it sort of is too. It's like you're being disassembled and reassembled. You're like disassembling and being all at once with everything, and then you go back to your physical self. It's like, what the fuck do you do with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is super cool.
Good.
Yeah.
You have not
Wild.
passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing.
Oh, he was
Are we
afraid.
still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work?
That's fair. That's like telling somebody that death exists for the first time out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
he was just like, okay, that I thought that was going to be dangerous, but you know what? Maybe it's better that we pulled that Band-Aid off. Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I do kind of like, that was fucking insane, Kim.
Yeah, that was fucking
Yeah.
insane, Kim.
I like that.
Yes, well, the rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years, so...
He looks around a little uncomfortable now.
You will have to deal with it, too, the lieutenant thinks. This is why I didn't want you to know.
Right. Well, let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
Some more
Yeah.
reality lowdown before we go. Okay, let's get to work.
I don't think there's,
I
is there
think-
anything
no,
else
I
we
think
need? I
we
think
did
we
it.
just need to go.
Good
Yeah.
luck, detectives.
She nods you a goodbye. Well, Joyce, thank
That
you
was
for
crazy.
briefing
That was
us.
wild.
Yeah. Thanks for the briefing us on
Wow.
the universe, I guess.
Thank you, Kim, for sort of looking out for us there, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a
He was
valid
looking out
reason.
for
And I
us.
also think it's kind of sweet in a way where he's like, you really shouldn't do this, and Kurt's like, I'm doing this. He's like, okay, you know what?
All right.
That's fine. You've
But
made your choices.
I'm gonna go
and-
be over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is apparently something else to hear from Joyce if we just want to do that. No worries if we don't want to.
I mean, there's the
But
other
we are
thing
right
that she
here.
said we couldn't talk to her about for a while
You're
yet.
back. Good.
There is.
What can
Is
I
there
help
another
you
thing?
with? More
Is it about
lessons in
reality?
basic reality? My favorite
Oh
part
yeah, I
of the
guess there
day.
is reality
Go ahead.
stuff we haven't
Ask me
done.
anything.
What is this?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Am I really
phasmid,
that
maybe?
awkward? I meant, what is this place here?
This place is an unmarked micro-settlement on the coast of Martinez.
I feel like we're working backwards. We just had a bomb dropped, and now we're like,
It's lovely.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of buying it.
really?
Actually, yes. The thought did cross my mind when Mademoiselle Lillian over there told me about the fresh produce these women sell to restaurants on the Delta.
You both turn to consider the young woman. She's hunched over a net, methodically picking out ribbons of plastic.
Okay, so between her and Everett, somebody's taking over this town.
This place could use a competent manager. There's so much to be done. But then I'll never get round to it, will I?
There is regret in her voice. for all the countless things she never had time to do with her money.
Doubtless I'll be off someplace keeping social classes from each other's throats. Let's go back to the basics of reality, shall we?
Do you want me to ask these two?
Yeah, I'm curious.
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Too late for what?
For the big time.
Her eyes flashed up. There's a flash of teeth.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
You've got a predatory streak. It's the big time. I kind of like the first one.
Yeah, me too.
All men are predators, dear. Nothing much to be done about that. It's all a matter of where you get to file your teeth.
It's the big time.
The revolution.
Ha! And what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
Oh
It's quite
boy.
easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Okay. Would you say it's a bunch of apes duking
Real
it out?
kerfuffle.
Who
Yeah.
got shot in the head? What?
it out on a rock.
When was this kerfuffle? That's okay. I guess we'll just go through it.
Why, of course. We're talking Duke Out Central. Full swing intraspecies warfare.
And the apes. Were they evil?
No, I would say the apes were neutral.
She looks at you, her gaze sharp. Sounds like evil to me. Okay. Neutral. They're good apes, actually. I'm gonna say okay, neutral.
Yeah, neutral.
On the other hand,
She turns east to the bombed out buildings lining the waterfront, then shivers slightly.
No, the tiny apes are doing all they can to be better. It's not their fault.
Okay. Who got shot in the head?
those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the
Yikes.
communists, they all got shot in the head.
She's not gloating. It's a relieved celebration.
Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
Did the communists and anarchists shoot back?
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Oh, truly a kerfuffle.
Truly a kerfuffle. That's a tragedy. Sounds like they should have shot more people in the head then.
Let's
thing
say
is,
two. Just
the thing is, it's effectively that's I mean,
Which one is agreeing with her? I don't want to do that one.
that's number 2 is agreeing with her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Truly a
one and two
kerfuffle
are.
sounds like, well, yeah, it's bigger than a kerfluffle. You know, that's more
I'll
than
say
just
one.
an oopsie. Yeah.
what a big old
whoops
oopsie.
the daisies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say one.
That's kinda what I
It
would
was
say.
a kerfuffle, all right.
Lieutenant mumbles from behind his notes.
Yes, the Insulindian deluge, they call it.
Anyone else get shot in the head on the opposing side?
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Smart king.
Smart king.
Oh my god.
Smart king, cowardly king. I love that king. Fucking communist. I don't care about kings. Tell me one more thing.
Just smart king.
Smart king? The king that
You
went
want to do
and-
cowardly king?
Yeah, that was like, bye, my nephew will go die. I'm gonna go become a venture capitalist.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a good choice, but
It's
I do
funny.
think there's that
It's
like
one of those things
funny
where it's
though.
like
Smart
if we're
king.
expressing our actual opinions, it's not the right one, but it is a funny response. And
exactly.
I get it.
I like the
Yeah.
response.
Yeah, I get it. Got it.
I'll say that I don't care.
Yes.
Nah, I'll do it.
King Guillaume had a nose for bad PR. He ran before it. What is the expression? Went down? Anyway, Gil got out alive and his nephew Frisell got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time.
Who got the mineral rights?
The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Okay, and by liberals, you mean...
Yeah.
Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well.
How did the liberals win it all?
They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
She's one of them. Of course.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
If everyone got
Pretty
shot,
clear.
who was there to surrender to?
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
Wait, you just said the liberals already took took everything. Who are the I mean,
coalition?
we've learned all this from different angles, but it is interesting hearing the way she describes it.
Yeah, I agree.
So who are the
The
coalition?
coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government.
The rulers of Revachol, and also the world. These guys are strong.
There's part of me that wishes we'd gotten this rundown before we talked to Sunday Friend, because I understand objectively that Sunday Friend was talking about most of these same things, but I couldn't make myself pay attention to Sunday
couldn't
Friend.
Yeah, I couldn't
follow it,
wrap
yeah.
around
I
my head around
literally
anything.
couldn't do it. So I kind of
Sunday
wish
Friend
we'd
was saying.
known this readout and then heard from Sunday Friend. Anyway.
This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
No,
I
we're
don't think I'm a moralist. Not just technically, practically as well. I like what I've heard about these people, and if always picking the option that doesn't commit to anything, then hell yes I am, and also I'm not. I love this one.
I think that's hysterical.
This is pretty funny.
It's pretty funny, but I would also say one or three. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 is being cheeky.
3's very funny.
I'm kind of into 3 personally.
An almost endearingly
okay.
moralist standpoint. It must be hard to take a moderate approach to head shooting in your line of work.
When was the kerfuffle?
Yeah.
The turn of the
I think we
century
know.
revolution?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in 02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
How are they going
wasn't a
across the
who.
pale?
But a what? A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Marzolf came along and overthrew the government.
They've known about the other Isolas for more than a century.
That's true. I guess that has been
Yeah.
expressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Kim did mention people have known about this for 1,000 years or something like that. Yeah.
They've known. I mean, they must have known where the end
For a long
was.
time.
But
Yeah,
only
true.
for about a century have they known there were 7 whole Isolas, maybe more.
Yeah, it's been taking a while to actually get all the specifics of knowledge. It feels like
Yeah.
they've just had a loose definition of it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
Okay.
these-
What did
These
this
are both good.
Zarath do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
Wow, really?
Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
Is mad cow disease a prion disease? Am I getting that right? Hey, Victor, if you're around, can you confirm that or deny it?
We'll keep our eyes on chat.
prion disease. I feel like that comes from like from consuming something. I don't know. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Victor and Dean Villamore. Thank you, guys.
All right, where did it spread from?
From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to
Yes, thank
cauterize
you.
itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
What came next?
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar.
Probably. Our lives are not the same. What is the zone of control? What happened in the rest of the world?
What is the zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia.
Capitalism.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The
Whoa, whoa,
zone
whoa.
of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune.
Yeah?
I was gonna say, if the theory about Kurt Disco dipping his head into the pail and experiencing all of everything, and that's what fucked us up.
All of everything.
Then all of these really odd, like, offshoots of Esprit de Corps, like, recalling, like, a scene from
Somebody else's life
or another cop's life or something, like, makes way more sense if that is what's happening. And that freaks me the fuck out, but in a good way.
No, I'm
Yeah,
definitely into that
whoa.
whole theory. I'm really
Yeah.
I'm there for it. What happened in the rest of the world?
Modernity.
Yeah.
They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication. Telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Wait, you're saying it's been like 43 years?
It's been
been
like
like-
this for 40 years. Whoa,
Like this for
that this
how-
area just
yeah.
hasn't progressed in decades, and that's why like Everart is like we need to fucking shake this place up. It's been so fucking long, and
Yeah,
it's
it's been
stuck in the
forever since-
past.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, even Cindy was saying that, where she's just like, something's gotta happen. Let's start a war. Like,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time
I'd go with number
flies.
one.
what have we been doing all that time?
The 20s
Yeah.
saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
And after
The
that?
30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international
Ooh, yay.
community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
Then you happened. Your youth in the 30s.
That's when they discovered disco. Kurt Disco.
Yes.
Yeah.
And quantitative easing. It was a market mirage, unfortunately. The 40s dispelled it. An Isola-wide hangover, you might say. So, here we are.
She curtsies.
Welcome to reality, baby.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control. You can see it in her eyes. Days slipping away.
You don't seem to be thrilled.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. This shirt is Barbara Muscova. This raincoat is impervious to rain and is guaranteed for 100 years. My daughters will wear it.
She looks at the Eternite roofs and the cinder blocks soaking in the sea air.
We could have had so much more. Every one of us. If only we played it right.
What would you have done differently?
What an
question.
interesting way of viewing it.
Yeah.
What would you have done differently?
That is, no, I agree. That is such a character making line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so
right?
true. Yeah.
No, her first.
I asked you, who are you in all of this? I would
I
have.
like that.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
I asked you, pastless detective of the Citizens Militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
I don't know.
Here's some wisdom, lady. Say the death thing.
All right, what's the death
Say
thing,
the death
Half-Life?
thing.
Which one of
I
these
would
is
have
the
sought
death
a
thing?
medical solution. Sounds like Zarath drove these people mad. I would have killed more. 400 million.
That's the death thing.
If that's what it took, I would have made off with the mineral rights. I don't know what I would have done differently.
I mean, 5 is a cop-out answer, but it
I was
is
gonna
the
say
real
2.
answer. You want to do 2?
Yeah, if this prion disease is what spurred everything off, then like, could we not have found a medical solution to stop
Yeah,
that
that's
before
fair.
everything
Yeah.
kicked off? I don't know.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with a technology 50 years ago?
I
Sorry.
guess that's a good point.
Corey, if my mouse is flying all over the place, sorry, I have a Corey butt in my face. Corey.
I
love
cannot
Corey,
see, but the
but-
people at home can.
They're just seeing the mouse fly over. She's very cute and very sweet, but also her butt was right in my face for a long period of that. Hey, sweetie, you're very cute.
Cilantro.
Hello, hello. With some hygiene, modest social care, and perhaps a little research program, liquidate the rabid prion infested dogs who want to kill everyone with cleansing artillery fire, with privatized healthcare and a work ethic that does not turn your brain into sponge tissue. And okay, maybe it's impossible. What happened had to happen.
I like 1 or 3. I don't know. One feels like the naive option, but I don't know. Oh, actually, not 3. Privatized healthcare? Excuse me.
Yeah,
Not that
I
one.
would not go 3.
Yeah,
I
was
misread
thinking
that
the same
one.
thing.
I misinterpreted that. Pardon me. I'd say number 1.
Nah, it's okay.
Or 4.
You have to read all these pretty quickly. I'll do 1.
Yeah.
Good hygiene.
Okay.
Really. A very moderate solution to an extreme problem. It's those sort
Fair.
of half measures that doomed the authorities in Grad. When they failed to step up, Marzov and his party stepped in. In this particular case, maybe a more robust state response might have been appropriate.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect the official position of the RCM.
And what is your official position, Lieutenant?
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way. I was saved by being 2 years old. That's my position. The abattoir.
Understandable.
Whoa, damn.
That also is
Got a little nugget of Kim lore.
No, I love any Kim lore. Give it to me. I imagine
That's
that's
all I'm
also
really
not the
looking for in
official
this game.
RCM opinion, but yeah, that is all I'm looking for in this game. All right, that's enough
They are
about
what
times.
they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Not so
Well-
fast. Who is she in all this?
Who are you?
Ask her.
Yeah.
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
What are you?
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
Well, yeah, we got that.
She raises the corner of her mouth, smirking, revealing a canine. It's sharp.
Wait, what's an ultra? Dios mio, a liberal. Cool. I liberate pretty hard myself. I don't understand what's so vile about that. I'm gonna say Dios mio, a liberate. It just it
It's
chuckles
pretty
me, and it's
funny.
also exactly what she was
Do it.
asking for.
Yes.
Yep.
I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. My kind surrendered the nation to financial colonists. I can see you thought we'd gone extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight. You're a centrist at heart. A real moralist, no? Tell me, Now
We've
that
led her
I've
to believe that.
uncoiled myself. Do you find me frightening?
I'm sorry. I'm dealing
You
with
get over there.
it's Corey. She's being very active.
Is she getting all up in your face?
Yeah, I just got a ton of fur in my face.
Yeah, we bind it up, team.
All right.
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire.
I'm sorry. The other
Decades of
options
guilt
were I want to
and
murder
pride.
everybody.
I know, you're right. We that's what I'm saying. We led her to believe that we're a moderate.
I will take that when her other options are I would have murdered the additional 400 million people or
No.
Privatized healthcare.
No.
So, yeah, no, all of
do
those
not
other
report.
options sucked.
Let it be known to the record. I misspoke.
Those are the only options. Those are the politics, Gina. Those are the
That's it.
sides.
That's politics. It's murder everybody.
They are the parties.
Or give it all to the capitalists. It's fine.
Forgive her,
Yeah, that's it.
but only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes.
You're a monster.
Whoa.
I forgive you. I forgive you, but only because you're charming, and I don't care. This, you know
How do I
what?
say I don't care or number 3? I don't know.
There's a part of me that says I don't care.
Yeah, I'm fine with I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
A fitting punishment, to be forgotten, if not forgiven. Save a prayer for us in our chateaus on Ozon and in Stella Maris. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed.
Would you have done something differently?
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery.
An
I
appropriate
didn't
warning
perceive
to
it.
those
I
who
did not
cross the
internalize
line
anything
and
that
pull
she
the
just
city
No,
into
I agree.
madness
Same
once
thing.
more.
We got real quiet there for a second. We were like,
Well,
wait,
because
what?
we were all like putting the words together like puzzle
Yeah.
pieces.
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to efficacy in its artillery.
Where's the rest of that sentence?
Yeah.
I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake.
She realizes her small, cold fists are clenched. She loosens them.
Then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isola down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
I'm sorry, this is clearly an
this-
important thing. I'm gonna go back
Yeah.
and reread it real quick. Give me a moment.
Clearly she did some fucked up shit, I think is
No,
what.
I think she wished more fucked up shit
Or-
had been done. Okay,
That's-
would
okay,
you
yeah.
have done something differently? With all due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker governments that keep Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery, I would not have relinquished sovereignty of the Coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or the Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake, then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend ourselves. So she wouldn't have gone into the collective. The moralists
Okay,
are
okay.
collective.
Gotcha.
She
She
would have
would've-
fought. Basically, she's saying we should have all died rather than give ourselves over
Given
to the
in-
collective
yes.
of the coalition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that
All
makes
right.
sense.
Cool. Yes, I follow. Sorry, I don't know what it was about the read for that, but I couldn't hear it.
Well, it's because our thoughts were breaking it up
Yeah.
and interrupting her, and it wasn't all one. She didn't it was hard to perceive it all because Inland Empire and other, I don't know what else interjected.
Breaking it up, yeah.
Yeah, broke up her sentence.
And
or
she was
thought.
being specifically heavy-handed with her use of big words.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
You're a patriot. That's what I would
Yeah,
ask.
I guess this is the one because that. Okay.
Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
Seditious talk, man.
When it puts down his notes and gives her a look. You have daughters?
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. Now, shall we return to reality?
All right.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Wow.
Little that I know. Anything else?
She is
For real now.
fascinating.
No, we're
Absolutely fascinating.
good. No, that was a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, would you get the guys be down if we took a quick break?
Oh
Just
yeah.
to, like,
Oh
stand
yeah.
up and stretch,
Absolutely.
and I need to like take in all of that because holy shit, that was fascinating.
It was
Yeah.
a
Are you
whole lot.
having this like mind being a jumble thing? I feel like my mind's a little bit of goo.
yeah. Like I'm, but it's interesting because it's half of that was like fascinating because like I'm making connections between the meta of the game, and then the other half of it was, whoa, Joyce, like the layers of Joyce go really deep. But yeah, wow, that was really neat. But I would be down to hop up and get a drink and stretch real quick. I'm sure other folks would appreciate that.
Sure. Then in that case, we'll be back in just a moment. See you. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you all had a good break, that you refreshed your drinks, that you got up and stretched. I did none of those things.
I was gonna ask if you did.
I did not. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't move. I'm kind of trapped in my weird setup right now, so I just kind of...
Oh right, you've got the unusual setup for the time being. I understand.
I do. So, but I
Yeah,
hope
Gina, hydrate.
I will.
Yes.
I
Drink
will
a water.
after this. I promise.
After this?
Yes.
In like 40 minutes?
Yes, Allison, we're live now.
I
The
guess
moment has passed.
The way you said that, like in 2 minutes, she'll be like, "Oh wait, guys, I need a break."
I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna knock over all of these things.
Okay.
But I
fair.
deeply appreciate the consideration, and I will try to alleviate that in the future. But I didn't this time.
Ask Penny, your roommate, to go get you a glass of water and bring it in for you.
My disobedient, heist-loving roommate. I didn't actually say this on stream, did I? I just said it had been a day.
You did not. You just said you had a day.
We have things to do, but long story short, Corey jumped out of a window of a car earlier today. Penny, sorry, not Corey. Penny jumped out of a window of a car earlier today and ran into a restaurant. And I'm not thrilled about it.
Saying it like that.
Oh, sweetie.
Penny, no.
It wasn't my car, but that doesn't make it better.
That kind of makes it worse.
It makes it worse. So, yeah, it's been a trying day. But she's here and she's actually looking incredibly cute on the couch, despite the fact that she did a heist.
That gal.
The restaurant owner was
She
like,
did
she's
do a
got
full
the
heist.
biggest dog smile on her face, and I'm like, did you give her chicken? Did she have a successful heist? And I think she did. So
Oh, if she got fed, then she's like, "Wow, that went well."
it's like, I did it.
That's wild. No, yeah.
I like calling it a heist. That's fun.
Heist.
It was.
Instead of a breakout.
And a wildly successful one at
A
that.
prison escape.
Yep.
Yeah.
God,
An
Penny.
adventure. She wanted an adventure.
Just
She felt her
sweetheart.
calling.
Oh,
and went.
sweet dog.
Oh.
Anyway, so I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't see the dozens of chat comments talking about going to the church. So I guess we need to go to the church now. I don't know
Let's
why.
go to the church.
But I did see that there were a lot of those, and I'm not gonna feign ignorance.
It's hard to ignore it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Corey, you have to get off of the computer that is streaming the game, please. Thank you. Animals! Pets are a
Your animals in
pleasure!
particular.
By which I mean they truly, truly are, but also chaos.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single
Mom.
pane of glass.
Hi,
A crack
Mom.
runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad. Why?
Whoa.
That does
We've already
seem to be
done
a
this.
problem.
Okay.
Maybe you meant something else. I don't know.
Wait, maybe there's something
Only
else in
is
here.
The mother of humanism.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I can't, sorry. I moved the computer so it wouldn't be so loud against the mic. But,
What do we want to look for?
there's
stuff
some
back
dots. Yeah.
That's also experience. We like that. Distilled water. Okay.
This is
Okay.
just their drug thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So this is where they set up a drug lab. Yeah. Okay.
Do we want to talk to anybody here? Or
Is there
see if
someone to talk to? Is there something to do here?
do we want to see if we can?
I thought they were
listen to
saying
the silence
that
again?
we'd know more about Dolores Day. I mean, I guess I could talk with the
I was gonna talk with what's her face. Yeah.
What is it?
from a theory on the
Oh!
two.
Oh,
millimeter
we're closer.
hole. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll try it.
Yeah, try it.
All you hear is silence in your head.
Are
Big
you
time failure.
kidding me?
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wait.
We have such bad luck with her.
We really do. She is our Achilles heel, I gotta say.
What?
Yeah.
No one's suspicious around here.
Okay,
She
great.
has not seen
I mean, I have points. I have like a lot. I have 5 points.
I mean,
Oh, wow.
sure. Yeah.
When
it's-
did we get all those points? I guess we just found out a lot of new information.
we just crossed off a whole lot of quests.
It's a white check, right? So
Yeah, it's a white check. I'll dump something into logic. That won't ever hurt. Let's give it a shot.
No. Yeah. See what that does.
Yes. What is it?
Ooh,
Do
better.
better.
all you hear is silence.
God damn it!
She, God.
She's our Achilles heel.
What is it about her that just
Dump one
dooms
more into
us?
logic. Just make us the most logical.
This will be our max. This is the
This
end.
is not
We'll
how
have
we
maxed
play this
out-
game, but
I know. We will have maxed out logic. So if we ever do hit a roadblock again, we're fucked.
roadblock again with logic, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have maxed out logic, so that should really minimize. I don't know.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yes. What is it?
Come on.
You don't have
Thank
to.
you.
You
failure.
already have. A long time ago.
Whoa. Whoa.
Suna, it is the origin point of the Pale. Yeah. I
Okay,
mean, that's what
okay,
you're
okay,
saying.
okay.
I'm gonna say wait how first though.
Yeah.
These thoughts formed in you somewhere in a long forgotten discussion behind a kitchen table in the evening light, drinking coffee and smoking with a friend.
Whoa.
The swallow. It's how it starts. It's a baby Pale.
But Pale isn't here. We're thousands of kilometers from the edge.
I know you're punching a hole.
Yeah,
That
you're creating a hole in
comforts
it.
her.
No, we are 20 meters from the very edge. The Pale is only in effect a transition between the world and this world and that. Which one? Both?
They're both really good.
I'm assuming we're gonna get to say both.
I
yeah, go ahead.
I
Short.
think
Yeah.
I would go number 1.
Yeah.
She looks up into the
Highlight
darkness
what we just learned.
under the nave, then back at you.
Then what is that?
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing.
It's less than nothing. The final rest state for reality. Imagine if all this never was. So the crab is living a foot away from the Pale, essentially.
Yeah, that's why the crab. You're referring to our crab man
Yes.
that lives in. Okay.
I am. That is correct. I don't know how I could have possibly been more clear.
Then the Pale
Yeah,
is-
it's the way he is. Why the way he is? I imagine. Yeah.
Probably simply a gradient, simply curdling milk.
It's not a gradient.
It is.
I mean, is it?
That's well, that's our current theory, is that the Pale is the tissue at the edge before the collapse. That's why it's called a porch collapse.
Oh.
It's the porch.
Yeah.
We're the
Okay,
house,
okay.
it's the porch, the collapse is the collapse.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the gradient, it clearly hasn't started yet. We're here, and the Pale is not.
One day, when it's larger, it will be.
I understand. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasizes, like a cancer or a mold, erupting in points inside the world.
Now it's a donut world.
That's how it's growing. That they said they could measure it. Like the one thing they could conclude is that it is expanding.
Yeah, it's not just eating in from the sides, it's poking through.
It's poking through.
Yeah, it's like ripping through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something that feels violent about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to this, how long
until it starts swallowing. It's already started, starting with sound.
And information, causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's formed in a church? And also when or how it might start growing, or if it has other effects in addition to sound and data?
I mean, I'm so sorry, not to bring it back to D&D Major, but like, I imagine the church was formed around it, as opposed to that it happened to spawn in a church, because it's like in Tapston. That there's exactly.
There's a point, and
they built
created around it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
also,
intellectual hunger fills her now.
Sorry.
Casting fear aside.
I'm really, really sorry. I'm hearing like some crackly noise, and I don't know if it's coming from
I think it's her.
The game, or from her, or if it's coming from you, Jake.
Because it could be him.
What is the crackling?
It's just. Do you not hear it?
No.
Okay,
I'm
then
just
yeah,
hanging looking at my screen.
It might be you. I don't know. I thought it was her, but I could be wrong.
I do see you lighting up on Discord whenever it happens.
Oh, so maybe it's me. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what
it was. Still happening?
Yes.
It's happening right now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's when you talk.
Yep. Okay. I mean,
oh gosh.
No, I mean it's okay. We'll figure it out. But yeah, there is.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I felt bad bringing it up because it felt in line with the the scene. I thought it was part of the scene, but then I looked over in Discord. I was like, oh wait, oh no.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
you sound.
Yeah. Let's make sure it's not the scene.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we continue.
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you. I'm simply curious as to how a detective of the RCM
knows how to think this.
It didn't form in a church. The church formed around. Yeah, I mean,
that's
exactly. Yeah. Because that's the only logical conclusion. Because anyway, sorry.
Yes.
What are the other options?
All the failed businesses in the Doom commercial area, all the failure in Martinez. It's because it's built around the edge. I think I've had this thought before. That's how I know. I think maybe we go through it.
I think so. Number one. Yeah.
Of course. A pinewood sarcophagus, or a containment facility of some kind, built by the first settlers.
Yes, acting on an instinctual level or religious practices we've forgotten. Yeah, or it could be a coincidence.
One.
But
yeah. One. It's not a coincidence.
It's not.
The bad news is there were 7 pinewood churches built in the first decade of Revachol settlement. Most of them were burnt down during the revolution.
So there's 6 other.
Oh, 7 holes.
Reign.
Okay,
I'm not saying all of them have one in them, but
not to be that person, but okay, Martinez is fucked.
Martinez is gone. Yeah. Okay. Martinez is on a timer right now.
It's being swallowed.
Okay, so all right, cool.
Some of them might. A black grain hanging in the air.
All the failed businesses in the Doom commercial area, all the failure of Martinez.
You think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the outcome of events here? Even say software development?
She already made up her mind.
Probably more than that.
Some kind of great and uncaring force had to play a part. It wasn't only them.
Yes, even the revolution was defeated here. I mean, a kind of interpenetic history, all the failed businesses and ideologies. There's something wrong here. Nowhere reaching people fail on their own. I mean, it's kind of a combination of both. People do fail on their own, but also, like, they lost data. They lost, like...
Yeah,
there's literal
it's
loss,
also
too.
Slowly swallowing at the same time, which is probably accelerating the natural way that people fail, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know which...
I'll say 1.
Here. Yeah, I would do 1.
Yeah.
I told the producers we need to go and move to a normal office building with amenities. But no, the artists like the milieu, the writers like the history. I told them.
They're like, no, we want to keep working in the church. They're like, we like the atmosphere here.
Well, and in this case, the commercial district.
That too, yeah.
Yeah. Because they didn't work in the church. She came to the church to intercept the lost data.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I should let people still working in there know about this. They might be affected.
So that's why whenever she came to the church to intercept the lost data, not realizing that the data just got swallowed up by the Pale, pretty much. That's,
yeah, I mean,
that's
she
what has
realized it
happened,
got
right?
swallowed up by the swallow in some way, that there was something that was interfering. She just didn't conclude it was the Pale. Now, admittedly, it is a bit, taking a step back a little bit, and I'm going to critique the writing real quick. In a world where we don't know the Pale exists, her confusion here is logical. And I know, like, obviously dealing with the Pale punching through is not an everyday occurrence, but I have to imagine that in a universe where the Pale exists, the Pale would be the first conclusion she'd jump to. Like, they fly through this. Like, it's a known thing. Everybody knows about it.
I think
But
the
does she
Pale
know
is
about it?
known.
Everyone knows about it. The
Yeah.
other countries are on the other side of the Pale.
But I think even though the Pale is such a known quantity, it is known within the boundaries that they have already, like, perceived it to be in. That, you know, it's at the edge of all of their islas, and then they pass through it. It doesn't poke through.
They didn't even know that there were 7 other islas before 100 years ago. Meaning that they're no, because she said originally we thought there was 1. We've now realized there's 7 more in the past century.
Yeah, that's a new fact.
Yeah,
right?
meaning that their understanding of the Pale is always evolving. I'm just saying it's a.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, that you probably should have thrown that out as a hypothesis that maybe it is the Pale, but my counterpoint to that is that to them the Pale is that other that exists at a particular threshold and always has, and it's never been perceived as existing within their reality or starting to poke through the reality, not at those boundary lines.
I suppose, but originally their reality was only one island, and then suddenly it's dozens of islands. I just don't think anyone would think it's, like... I don't know. It's like, again, I keep comparing the Pale to death, and it's like, oh my god, we found this place where everything suddenly goes really still and lifeless. We have no idea what's happening. And it's like, maybe they're dying.
Right, and my theory was, like, maybe you're being disassembled atom by atom and then reassembled back together on the other side.
No, I'm not saying literally. I'm saying, like, as a concept.
Oh,
in their world, the Pale
like,
is
as
real.
Humans treat it.
Exactly. It is just a fact. We're learning about it and we're trying to conceptualize it, but for them, this is, period. I'm just saying, it doesn't really matter, but, like, I don't know. I feel like this plot makes more sense when you don't know about the Pale and then realize about it, as opposed to if you knew about it from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
No, it's a good point. Yeah.
I should let I'm gonna let... I feel like we should let them know. If only so they're not sending emails.
I should let people...
Yeah, I would love
Yeah, honestly.
They're gonna lose data.
You mean Plaisance and the Dice Maker? There was almost no one left when we packed up.
No, just the Dice Maker. I don't think Plaisance would survive this knowledge. That's probably true. No, just Plaisance. I don't think Neha is playing fair in this game. And yes, both of them deserve to know. I'll just say yes.
I think yes, both of them. Yeah.
Then go tell them.
I think I've had this thought before. That's how I know.
An amateur
kinda wanna say that.
anthropomedic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure. This is a hell of a guess, however. Well worded, I might add.
Yes, it is very interesting. But I wouldn't say you know. This is a guess. One that's going to have to be proved by anthroponetic scientists.
Okay, one day all the world will be like that 2mm hole.
She falls silent. The wind blows in through the hole in the stained glass window, cold and moist.
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest, some of this I can use to start to explain this to the rest of the team. Maybe I'll sound mad, but...
Man, you will certainly sound mad.
One more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
Honestly,
Fair.
word. Yeah.
It's just throwing that energy back at it and it's like, stay in
Yeah.
place.
I kind of like that. It's kind of like, I don't know, the futility of dancing on the edge of reality. And yeah, yeah, like you said, throwing that back at it and just letting it swallow it up.
Well, it's also like with dementia. You can't cure dementia, but you can kind of keep it at bay by, you know,
you can deal with it somewhat.
exactly. And so this is just like, it's using this all this energy in this place. It's like keeping this place silent would probably allow the silence to creep. But if you keep it loud and energetic and all that, maybe it stays.
Yeah, if we keep it bumping, maybe that keeps it at bay. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. You know, who knows? The club is the only thing keeping this place and the rest of reality together.
I wouldn't go so far as to.
I'm still thinking about in-betweens and it's fucking me up. I'm sorry. It's really messing with me. I'm sorry I keep bringing it up.
Well, no, it's because the reason I kept saying this never appeared in the podcast, but like the specific part that I was thinking about is the watchtower in Tapston that was built around the weird split in space above the Capitol, and just how it's just like, you know.
There's there's one up there and there's one down there.
Yeah.
It's like,
When we deal with it.
Yeah! Once the
Yeah.
light is on in the universe, it
Oh,
will
I
never
missed
go
you.
out.
Thank you.
I like that he's actually been
Let's
listening
leave it
to
at
our
that, shall we? We have
our
an anthropology
conversation.
detection to perform in this district.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because he's right there. And it was a very serious conversation. All right, very
He's
interesting.
just listening in. Wow. This game just kind of like popped off.
This game, this game just went crazy on us this session. Oh my god.
Wow. Okay. Why the fuck? Okay. Inspect Clausia's buoy is there. I mean, I guess we already did that.
And it didn't do. So the big things we need to do, and I feel like we don't have time to kick this off tonight. Like, Ruby is the next thing in the plot. Although obviously we didn't really do plot today. We did lore. We did
Today was
world
lore.
building, and it was good.
Very good.
Which is
lore dump.
essential just to know where the hell we are.
I feel like I might pop back over and just continue this thought. Go talk with the dice maker.
Yeah, that's a good
Nice.
idea.
Yeah, let's do it. We're
Let's
right
just
nearby.
do it. Yeah. I'm curious to see what she thinks, and I can talk to Plaisance too, if we need.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Oh, right. It's dark. Do you have a flashlight? You have a crowbar up right now.
It's not dark on my screen.
Oh, okay. As long as you can navigate.
Yep, it might be dark upstairs, but here I can see just fine.
Okay. Cool. This is so rad. I'm so into this.
Yeah, this session's been really, really good. I like knowing what's going on a little bit more.
Now
our line
I
is dark.
need yes. Now. Okay.
Perfect.
Da, da, da.
Much better.
Let's do this.
I honestly, I really appreciate all of this too, because I don't want to say like things weren't quite making sense, but I knew that there was a larger like world happening, and I felt like we hadn't really tapped into it yet, which again made sense because of, you know, where Harry is with his mind fragmentation right now. But I like that we get to experience it along with him, this like rediscovering of this world.
Yeah. God, when this game's cool, this game is so cool.
It's true. Yeah. All right, let's talk to the dice maker.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Oh.
I'm gonna come back to that.
Whoa.
I'm gonna come back to that. Yeah. Because the
shivers.
phrasing on the previous check was fascinating to me, and I should have called it out at the time, which was, I'm not going to tell the dice maker I don't think she's playing fair, which is a wild thing to say. So
why hasn't her business
what?
failed? Yeah. And then on here for this shivers check, we got a +2 because we found the 2 millimeter
so
hole in the
she
world.
knows she's utilizing it somehow.
Yeah, she's
probably
playing
to get free rent. But we'll see.
Ooh, I think I found the actual source of the curse, number 7.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
I
click
thought
on.
we agreed that the curse isn't real.
Yes, well, about that. It's a bit more complicated than I first thought it would be.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Just say it. There's a 2mm hole in reality located in a church on the other side of the canal. I think it might be related to the Pale. Now that I think about it sounds super I'm just gonna say it. Just say it.
Just say
Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, made the discovery.
Sona is involved in this?
She appears to take this in while the chatter from the her headphones continues unabated.
So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
Let's see, what? No, I wouldn't go so far as to say the entire world is doomed. Don't worry about it. You've been doing fine so far. I'm sure it's nothing. Say nothing.
I don't know if number 1 is true or not, but part of me kind of wants to say it.
Yeah, number 1 seems like it's actively not true, but on like a cosmic level. So, you know, her dice business is probably fine.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, some like, or she's like existing on some sort of lifeboat or something. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing.
I think she's getting free rent because she's not utilizing anything that would be interfered with by the Pale. So
who's she getting it? Who's she getting the rent from?
I think
like,
she's
is
just
she
squatting.
working with someone?
I think she's just
Oh,
squatting.
yeah.
Like nobody's.
Oh, you think? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but and maybe I'm oversimplifying her involvement in all of this, but the you know, the simplest solution is just that she's here because nobody else is.
Yeah. That is a simple solution. I thought that's kind of what it was to begin with.
Yeah. Okay. Which one of these do we want to go with?
I kind of want to go with. I don't know. I kind of want to go with 1.
Sorry, I'm getting feedback from one of you. Short, is somebody watching TV near you or something?
On the other side of my wall, there's so many sounds apparently coming from me. It's dead silent in my room, I swear.
Wild.
It's
Interesting.
weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
we'll
sitting here.
troubleshoot in the future. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say number 1, I guess.
I would go
yeah,
with
I would go with
Nice.
1 as well.
She gives you a rueful smile and takes a look around.
In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully.
I don't.
I mean, we got
Try.
experience at the very least.
Yeah, I can try the shivers. I'm not gonna get it, but I could try.
You're not going to get it, but you can try. Yeah, it's a white check.
Aside from getting naked, you're not sure what else to do. The building holds no more answers for you.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. All right, Plaisance?
Yeah, let's go to Plaisance.
Okay.
Let's do that. Huh. This is so fascinating. I'm
It
so
is
into this.
indeed.
Yeah. Where's
I'm just
Plaisance?
so I feel like we crossed a threshold today.
Oh yeah.
And gotten to the real nitty gritty, and like I'm so happy to be here.
Well, because
Yeah.
it's been like one of the looming questions throughout all of this has been like, is it magical? What's the state of the world? And now we're actually starting to get a glimpse at it, and that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I have
Yeah.
to put my flashlight away. I hate the flashlight. I mean, it's very funny, but also I hate it. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, Plaisance.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Plaisance, I have something to tell you. I found the actual source of your doom.
What do you mean?
She was
the
actually
actual
kind of
source?
right.
Yeah, a little
Are you
bit.
talking about the third presence?
Yes, kind
Yeah,
of.
it's
She
not a
remembers.
ghost, though.
Good.
Yes, the presence, the entity, the malicious energy, however you may call it. My investigation has led me to discover a 2mm intraplanetic hole in reality. That's the source of doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinez. I mean, can I play in?
That's what I was wondering. Maybe if you say that, and then we can say number 2.
All right, I'll play in.
Let's try
For
it.
it. Let's
Who
see.
has
Let's see
many
what comes of
names.
it.
I imagine things must be rather bleak for you to return to me. Tell me, what have you found?
The truth.
Okay, now we can say it.
A what?
A tiny hole in reality. It may be connected with a pale, an origin point of sorts. It would explain why historically so many things have ended in failure here in Martinez.
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
Oh, Short.
It's like there's a hole in your reality
I
happening.
know, it
as
is
well.
kind of funny that it happened to start as we were talking about the pale.
Wait, are you saying you're still hearing something?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's coming from
What?
your end.
What is the
It sounds like
kinda-
rustling, like it sounds like radio static or rustling, like newspaper.
It's actually kind of
So
spooky.
the pale has completely. I am sitting in the middle of a room touching nothing.
Yeah.
So it's your mic doing something. I don't know. Maybe it's a vibration.
Gosh.
Maybe it's a. We'll like I said, we'll troubleshoot later. But it is acting up.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
I'm sorry. Let
it's
me
weirdly
unplug
adding.
my mic real quick and see what
Oh yeah,
happens.
go for it.
How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
That's a good question, Plaisance.
It's been adding to the atmosphere of this ever since we
It
started talking
is.
about
It's
the
our
pale.
little ghost.
Yeah.
Our little
I'm
ghost
glad I
in the
could
room.
add to the vibe. Wait, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do? Is it still there?
No. You're
Okay,
not.
well,
You're not
unplugging it
crackling
maybe
anymore.
fixed it.
Okay.
She's too afraid to even say the word.
You can't protect it. Not against pale. Close up shop and try to get as far away from this as possible. You can protect it with hope by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past by building a church, a place of worship around the thing. And you'll have to find your own answer. This is a true statement, number 2, and it might be helpful to her.
Honestly, yeah. She might like that. Maybe we'll get her to go to our club.
I can't just leave everything. After all this work, this little bookstore has become the corner store of our neighborhood. I can't just jump the ship and leave. Besides, didn't I have some Sailite hope catchers round here somewhere? I must find them. Everything will be all right if I can just find them.
You know, it's a weird way to look at it, but her strange hypervigilance might actually... Look, hers is the only store in the old commercial district that's actually actively open.
That's true. That is
Which
very
is mad
true.
impressive.
Which is
Like-
kind of fascinating in a way.
And it's organized and like.
Maybe she's keeping it at bay in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
Your feedback's back, Short. That didn't fix it.
What? I'm mad. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
guys.
No,
it's
it's okay.
okay.
It's not like we can hear you just fine. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about Annette because we haven't actually rung Plaisance out for this.
God.
Yeah, we should, yeah.
I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
That's not the point.
A part of hers,
No.
too.
I don't
Really?
think she can do anything about it.
Yeah,
She
say that.
can if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. That is true, and obviously the will of the market, but maybe... Okay. Yeah, actually, it's super alright for kids to chew their hands off. Forget I said anything. I'm gonna say number one.
Say number one, yeah.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy. She's
It's not
looking
easy at
for
all,
it,
yeah.
But there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
No. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there.
Yeah, Plaisance.
There.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She stops, but her mouth keeps moving.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
You're like Annette to your husband and your mother. Just nod compassionately. Just
I
nod.
might say just nod
Yeah.
compassionately.
Nod. Yeah.
Yes, sometimes it's better to let people come to these conclusions themselves.
Is this husband Annette's father?
Yeah, you can ask that.
Yes. My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
What's Grand Couronne?
Yeah.
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighborhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects.
Wait, are you keeping the bookstore? Or was all of that... Okay, well...
Wait. Are you still gonna be like, oh no,
Maybe
reality's
she'll
collapsing
commute?
here. She's gonna jump ship still?
I don't know.
Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds.
And your husband's
Better
also
times ahead for sure.
involved in the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Super silent. Almost inaudibly.
Almost inaudibly so.
Oh, jeez.
Boy. Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Of course, yes. This economy.
Of course, yes, this economy. Do that. That's funny. I think that's funny.
Oh, she agrees wholeheartedly.
She told me. I mean, clearly the economy is not great for everyone, but
Well,
yeah.
also,
She's been too
especially in this
busy
place that's
helping
about
me
to
here.
literally
So she
explode.
studied at home
Yeah.
this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course.
yeah, and that's cursed, you know.
Yeah.
I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
All right.
The woman looks aloof,
Fair.
her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
All right. Well, at least they
All right.
know that,
Yeah.
you know.
They were integral. Is the word integral? Integral?
I think I say
Integral.
Integral?
Yeah, okay.
Integral, I think.
In
Integral?
getting integral.
Gosh,
Sorry,
now they
I just
both
had a
sound
moment.
wrong
I
out of a
know,
sudden.
right?
Cash
That's
or
why I
cachet?
hesitated. Can you go talk to the daughter? Maybe she won't be chewing on her fingies anymore.
Once
I'm
I
just
get this
wondering.
dot somehow, there we go. Yes.
She's still out here? Or
No,
did she go inside?
she went inside.
She did go inside. Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't even see her. Like I was looking for her when you left.
she was being cute. She's sitting over. You can't see her on my cursor. She's right here.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even see her whenever you went to
I'm
leave.
sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter.
What are you doing?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away.
What is it?
I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks
It's a
for
hat.
helping out. Not me.
Thank
Sit
you
on
for
me.
the Dick
Like
Mullins
the
hat.
detective does.
Wait, where did you
Oh.
get this?
Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
Ooh, is it a fedora?
Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. He'll look way more serious with that. Right,
Whoa.
I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
She looks back at the infernal scribblings under her nose. All right, see you around.
Oh, thank you. I want to see our Dick Mullen hat. It is a fedora. +1 encyclopedia. Book smart. Yeah. Look at us.
We
We
are
look
good looking.
great.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I love the button in the middle too. Just to show off some fashionable tummy.
Ooh,
take off
yeah,
that shirt.
some fashionable tummy.
This is a look I'm thinking.
I like this look. The hat, ooh, and the gloves. What do they give us? Interfacing. Strength in digits. Oh, that's funny.
I don't know how I feel about the look in general, but at least for this moment, I think it is powerful,
I think
and
it
that's
looks
what matters.
great. I wish the crowbar was an axe. I feel like that would really fit.
Ooh, yeah. Then we'd look like we're in a horror movie.
A little murder man, yeah.
Yeah, this is as close as I can get.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Wow, we're fashionable.
Actually,
Oh,
God,
yes.
jeez.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. We're powerful and beautiful and wonderful, and we've accomplished fascinating things today. Wow.
This has been very good.
And
This has been a good episode, yeah.
yeah, no, this has been a real treat. And what's also nice is we're approaching 2200, which means we'll be hitting a whole lot of things that we can do very soon.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
that
this
is true.
This is a good arc on the game. There's a lot to do every time.
Agreed.
Yeah, it feels like it's rolling very nicely.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, with that, do we want to wrap up here and then next time we
I
can
think
kick off?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels like a good place to stop. I agree.
It's sort of
So.
like the end of a thought before we dive right into a bunch of new ones. Wow,
Yes.
that was really, really special. I love the world building. I love the presentation. And I just think it's really, really cool.
Agreed. Yeah, this has been a treat. Yeah, really, really enjoying this. Very much so.
Alrighty.
All right.
Well, in that case, good night, everyone, and we will see you next time.
Hi guys. Yeah, for more disco.
Yeah.
Disco.
Disco.
Yeah. Discolodian.
It keeps
Sorry,
going.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
Just end it.
I do like the da 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 da.
Yeah, exactly. All right, get us out
bye,
before
everyone.
I embarrass myself more.
Bye, folks.